Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Look, straight from the mud like Ruby. Straight to the stage, they love me. I understand they hungry, but please don't hate, that's ugly. I've been sliding, shaking, moving. I've been popping in my city. Shawty say she love the way we do it with me. I be too turned up to ever give a fuck. I ain't come to argue, let a nigga fuck. They been talking pennies, I need bigger bucks. About to catch a flight, I need to switch it up. Got that black boy joy, might do my dance.
Couple more minutes, we'll get the party started here.
Take no disrespect, might
start
put
talking
my
about some
hands
chicken.
on.
Shout out to everybody slowly going to the chat room right
now. She wanna marry me, but she gon' need some closure and some therapy. Came back to the city with my bank account on F. Giving rappers hell, I know they happy that I left. Hit the south in winter, I just put down my deposit. 82 degrees, I left that jacket in my closet. Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup. I hit the stage and leave with money that say stick up. She picture perfect, so I told him I'm a flick up. Bill, I'm in the mood for a change up. I leave the city and return with my change up. They got amnesia, don't remember how they played us. They wanna knock me down, but somehow I just stay up. Hey, look. Came in with the what's that? Left out with the who she? Laying game like 2D. I've been kicking shit
shout
like
out to everybody in the building right now, man. I
the
appreciate y'all for joining me right now. I got some fried chicken. I got some Miller High Life. No malt liquor today, man. I just wanted to keep it regular with y'all today, man. Shout out to everybody in the building right now, man. We're just going to talk stocks, man. I just want to know what you guys are trading. Made $1,800 today. I put the trade out, yesterday. I told you guys what it was going to be. You had all day to trade it, and it played perfectly. It played perfectly. I told you guys now every trade I do with my SPX Iron Condors, as I teach people in my course, I'm going to be putting it on Twitter before I actually do the trade. So if you follow me on Twitter, not my main channel, but a channel called Black Box Stocks 3, which was just a Twitter account that I was using just to promote Black Box, I'm going to now put my actual trades there. So you can go to my current Twitter, Tracking Market, follow that. The first tweet you should see on there is my gain today of $1,800 from that other account. So follow both of those accounts. Do me a favor and follow both of those accounts. Tracking Market. It should be in the description of this video right now. Or you can just, pull up your Twitter and go there right now. Kenny D, you say you got banned from Twitter. How? So shout out to everybody in the chat room right now. DPG, Kenny D, Patrice Jameson. Hey, how you doing? Victoria T, shout out to everybody. Bill Betts, what's going on, guys? Spencer Gordon, Cord Cutter Lifestyle, Jameer Butler, appreciate everybody. Woody Wright, what's going on, Woody Wright? Yeah, it's been a while, bro. 05 Game Face, Jim Gray, Contrarian Thinker, Mr. JRH, what's going on, man? So, yeah, let's go through some tickers, guys. To follow SPX, you really have to pay attention to, the big market cap stocks. I love following, top 30 or US 30. I love following what the FANG is doing. That's important. The FANG has gotten to a point where, FANG alone is almost 16, on certain days, 22% of, of the S&P 500. I mean, it can really move the entire S&P 500 depending on what Apple is doing, depending on what Google is doing to a certain extent, but predominantly Apple. Because their market cap now is it's massive. It's absolutely massive. And what they're doing right now. Last time I checked, they were selling off recently. Yeah, there we go. They were selling off recently. This is the 3 hour. Let me get out of that and move to a more 1 hour chart to balance it out here. But yeah, it's been a tough couple of days for the market in general. Today, was Fed week. Well, Federal Reserve came out and said everything that we thought, we knew they were going to say, that they're not going to raise interest rates. And I've mentioned that many, many times here on the show, that they are not ever going to raise interest rates because there's just so much debt out there. And the coronavirus has given the excuse to keep the money printing because of how much GDP we've lost, how many jobs we've lost. So now there's no more better of an excuse to continue to print money, to continue to keep money at 0%, right? Borrow and buy stocks. That's the strategy. And that's been the strategy for the uber wealthy for the last 10 years. Borrow money, buy stocks. Borrow money, buy stocks. Sell at a reasonable level and then do it all over again. It's continually, worked year in and year out. And I foresee that it's going to continue to work for a long period of time. Now, we're getting a little bit of resistance here, on the SPX or the SPY, whichever you use. They're both, again, the S&P 500, right? Derivatives of that. We're getting some resistance here at the 3430 level, which goes back to the 9th. But eventually, think of the market or at a certain level. And as, when a police, a group of officers is trying to break through a house, right? They're going to bang that door, bang that door, bang that door, right? The first guy gets exhausted. And what does he do? He hands it over to another big guy. And the big guy, the second one, has been watching the first guy. So he knows, all right, now this next one, I'm going to have to really deliver a huge hit, right? And all the while, those brackets on those doors that's been taking a lot of hits have gotten weak from the first beatings, right? So the second guy lines up, pulls all the way back, and puts his whole body into it. And that's basically what you're going to eventually see here, right? You're going to see a bust through this 3430 level because you've got the Federal Reserve saying that they're spending $120 billion a month in buying mortgage-backed securities and equities, all right? Mortgage-backed securities and equities. They came out and said it today. Came right out of his mouth, all right? And you've got 0% money out there. So you've got all the ingredients you need for another retest of the all-time highs and more than possibly a breakthrough of that. So I don't have any doubt that what we're seeing now is just temporary, and we're going to continue to go to some higher levels here. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I don't think so at all. I don't think so at all. All right. I see after hours we're struggling right now. We almost hit 1%, or I think we're 0.5% right now on the lows. I don't pay for where are we at? See, we're pulling up here. Okay, right. So we were at almost 0.5%, picking ourselves up here. We'll see. I mean, the night is long. The night is long, but we'll continue to talk about it and see what happens from here on out. But, there have been some stocks that have been struggling, struggling because a lot of people bought at the wrong, at the wrong time. You had a lot of people who came in really late into the bull run, and which is really sad because, June, really from March till let's just say it, just till September, it was free money. It was free money. You literally could buy, hold it for a week, and you were up 30%, 40%, 50%, sometimes even more if you had, an option, right? If you had a leveraged ETF, it was insane. I mean, you can pull up those gains, TQQ from the lows in March to where we were. I was a sucker in March. I continued to short into the lows, right? And eventually gave up on I remember just like yesterday, I made a tweet about it on April. I said, I give up. I'm not shorting this market anymore. I'm trying to short. I'm seeing coronavirus closing all type of stores around me. And yet this market continues to go higher. What the hell is going on? This is like right here. Or no, it was the 6th. Yeah, it was the 16th. There he goes. It was right here. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Everybody's losing their job. People are telling me they're not going to be able to make next month's rent. Why is the market going up? You know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go with the market. Buy. First week, 2,000. Second week, I add more, 7. Next week after that, I just start adding. I was like, oh, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know why this thing is going up. I really don't know why I'm making money. Those of you guys who follow me, again, on Twitter, Twitter is where I put my live commentary, because I'm just like, I'm watching the market and I'm just typing on my phone. I don't even know why I'm making money. I really don't, because I'm driving downtown and nobody's downtown, right? Nobody's downtown Charlotte. It's just the weirdos taking pictures of empty streets and stuff like that. And yet, every call I buy, money, 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 money. You know? Leon Brown says fake market, but you can't complain, bro. You can't complain because you're making bread. You know? As I mentioned earlier, everybody who wasn't in the market got $1,200, but the real reparations for what has occurred to this country was given to the people who have wealth exposed to the street, to Wall Street. Those are the people who won. You know, Jim Cramer really explained it very well when, you know, it got to a point in early August where people were just like, man, why is the market up? Why is the market up? And he's like, you know what? We don't trade your local corner store. We don't trade, you know, the local, you know, banana factory or whatever the hell is in your town that's unfortunately closed or cut back significantly. They are not publicly traded companies. And that's the truth. As mean, as awful as it sounds, those are not the companies we really care about. We care about Facebook. We care about Apple. We care about Amazon. You know, Winn-Dixie and Save-A-Lot, or I think Save-A-Lot's private now. You know, all these other major corporations and conglomerates that hire thousands of people and have the financial ability to be able to provide for all of us in situations like this, right? This is a pandemic that we're going through, and who's winning? The big companies. You know, I was talking to somebody. He's like, Sal, if we're not careful, in 20 years, we could all be working for Amazon. I'm like, damn. Putting it like that, like, I mean, you. I don't know about all of us, but a lot of people who are in the service industry, a lot of people who are in, you know, you working at a supermarket somewhere. It could happen. It could happen. You know, I don't think that anybody who owned Walmart in 1977 would think that, you know, the company would get to a point where over 200,000 people would be working for them when they only had, you know, 10 or 12 stores at the time. You know, now you got Amazon coming out and saying that, what is Amazon Hire Day or something? I think it's going to be the 24th or something like that, where they want to hire 33,000 people in one day. It's called Amazon Hire Day, where everything from IT to stockers and people who drive around and all of that crap, they want to hire 33,000 people in one day. You know, this company is just taking over, man. So is it too late to get into the market? Absolutely not. I believe that we have another 3 to 4 years possibly of new record highs. You know, when people say stocks always go up, you want to say that's foolish or that's fallacy. But then when you pull up the monthly chart, I mean, can you say anything else but I agree? I mean, look at from 2010. You know, I'll take off my moving averages. All right, 0% money does something. 0% money does something. When you can borrow and buy stock, you know, the result is higher stock prices. And we're going up, up, up. And I think we're going to continue to go up because I haven't seen it yet. That we're headed for some kind of major crash. You know, Zerker says it's rigged. Well, I mean, where else are you going to go? You can't put money in a savings account. You know, if you're a millionaire from Cambodia, right? I mean, millionaire in U.S. dollars. Where else are you going to put your money besides the U.S. stock market? Or in a U.S. bank who's going to put it on the stock market? All right. We are a fortunate people to be able to have access to this incredible vehicle here, which is going to keep us on top because there's nowhere else to invest. There's nowhere else to go. You know? Trust me, the people, even Saudi millionaires, billionaires, they don't even trust their own economy, their own banks. They keep their money here. The wealthy Chinese, they keep their money here. They buy, you know, that's a big thing in China is to buy U.S. property. For those of you guys who read the news, you know this already. Rich people in China, they buy property in America. That's how they kind of keep their money. They don't trust their own banks. All right. So we're fortunate to be in the position where we are right now. You got a lot of people talking this doomsday talk and all that. Look, I've been there. I've been one of those guys. Those of you who watched my show long enough that, man, this is going to be an end and all of that. But every single time, there's a solution, man. There's a solution. And next thing you know, we're back. You know, people thought COVID was the game over. No. Where you at now? You know? People said, oh, well, when, you know, we're going to have, 65,000 senior citizens. Oh, no, excuse me. I think it was 60 million or up to 60 million seniors, right? Retiring. We're going to need their money. They're going to sell. And what we're going to have is a massive devaluation of services and all that. And the market's going to crash. Well, I mean, we haven't seen that yet. And people are retiring now like crazy. I say it's like 10,000 a day or something like that. And we're not seeing it in the market. We're not seeing it in the market. You know? So I'm saying let's get the party started, man. We're going higher. You know? And I'm watching the futures. You know, I'm watching the futures, and what we're seeing isn't something that we haven't already seen. I mean, we're going to have red days. We're going to have red days. And I get it. Where we are in terms of levels, every red day is scary because, you know, where we are at. Every red day is scary. But all it's going to take is a vaccine that all of you guys are going to get forced to take. All right? I don't want to hear that. I'm not going to take it and I'm not going to, man, they ain't going to make me do. You're going to take it. If you got a 9-to-5 job, okay, you're taking this vaccine. First, they said it was going to be 1. Now it's going to be 2, right? You're going to have to get the second one a month after. And guess what? If it starts making you talk like this, there's nothing you can do, sir. You can't sue the government. You can't sue the people who gave it to you. You can't sue the people who made it. All right? And yes, some of you are going to, some of you are going to take the vaccine. You're going to go home that night to bed, and you're going to wake up autistic. You're going to wake up, with delayed mental capabilities. That's called side effects. Some of you are going to wake up the next day and your wiener is not going to work anymore. You're no longer going to be able to ejaculate. You're no longer, some of you ladies, you might develop hypertrophy, where your tits just grow uncontrollably to the floor. Again, these are called side effects. We don't know what the hell we're doing. Typical vaccines take anywhere between 7 to 10 years. We're doing this in 7 to 8 months. Yeah, some of you guys are going to have problems, man. Oh yeah. Some of you guys are you're laughing, but I'm serious. Some of you guys are going to have uncontrollable bowel syndrome where you're just going to be you'll be walking outside your house, dude, and you just shit on yourself. You know? You're just walking out to the mailbox and you're like, oh my God. Oh, not again. That's what's going to happen, man. And thanks to this vaccine. So yeah, the trade-off is you don't die of COVID, but for the rest of your life, you shit on yourself every other day. And you know what? They're going to tell you, well, you know what, sir? That's not too bad. That's not too bad of a trade-off. There's nothing you can do because vaccines in this country come with a no liability waiver. You know that? So enjoy your turd. So shout out to everybody in the building right now. Let's get to it, man. Let's just start some tickers. And we're not going to make this a long night, man. We're not going to make this a long night. I'm joining some fried chicken here. That's getting cold as I keep running my mouth. Y'all know I can go all night. So let me see what you guys are talking about. Do I enter the trade once the trade crosses? I look for the second close, Zerker 00. The second close in whatever time frame you're trading has got to close twice above that, above the crossover. All right. So let me go ahead and put my time frame on there. AAL, what is that? Oh, Allstate. God damn, where you? That's a sleepy stock, Alex. Trade Allstate, what for? It's a real sleepy stock. Not much going on there. Very predictable, though. Okay. Never been big into insurance companies. But weekly looks nice, man. This more looks like a stock for like a non-directional trade, man. I mean, you're doing something like, these 30, 35 day or 45 day iron condor type situations. It's not very directional here, right? I mean, you haven't really gone anywhere since April. So are you playing directional options or non-directional options? Because that's the perfect setup. Yeah, Snowflake was insane today, man. I feel sorry for the people who got burned on this because there got a lot of people who got burned on this, who got way too greedy on that, right? The high was 319, and this was all stock because there were no options on this today, if I'm correct. I didn't see any options being available today, so this is all stock. And I was looking at the time and sales. Yeah, you had some people, hitting the bid, 5,000 shares, 300, 305, 315. So I don't know if they got their asses handed to them, but look, I get it. Everybody wants to be in technology, but boy, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. The market price which they wanted was $190, right? $190, closing at $253.93, and people saying we're not in a bubble. Where this looks like classic bubble behavior in terms of tech stocks, right? In terms of tech stocks, we can pull up a lot of other tickers that are not in a bubble right now. INN and many of these other real estate plays that are clearly, not anywhere near a bubble right now. All right. This one, MGM. I mean, there are a ton of CCL. Obviously, they all have their issues. Speaking of CCL, I told you guys yesterday about how, they pretty much said they decided they're going to go and just cut their business in half. They're selling 18 ships, and they're just saying, hey, we're just going to become a slimmer, thinner, more efficient company. And when you hear that, that basically means smaller revenues. So that's going to have to be adjusted. So that actually might be a perfect price now for CCL, at least for the time being. A lot of tickers coming through here. Let's talk about it. And I want to try and get everybody, because I hate watching people's lives and you're asking a damn question and then like you're not getting your question answered. That really fucking pisses me off. So I'm gonna try and get everybody. Trust me. ANGI. Who put this in here? You know I hate Angie's List, man. ANGI. I hate Angie's List. I absolutely hate this company and what it stands for, just because I just feel like there's so many other businesses that do what it does more efficiently. But as you can see here, it looks like clearly a short here, well beneath my moving average here. But one thing about the market, I use the 25 just because it gives me a nice little slightly late entry. But the 20 moving average is another good one that a lot of traders use. And when a ticker gets too far from the 20, it'll tend to come back to it, right? Up or down, right? Up or down, it'll come back to the 20. So I could see Angie's List, depending on what happens tomorrow, coming back to touch eventually, because it happens up or down. So I personally wouldn't look at this based on what it's been doing since August as a long, but eventually you might get a touch here where, if it comes back and touches and slaps that 20, you might be looking at a great, possible short, depending on what's going on in the stock. Again, I don't know what the recent earnings were and things like that. Don't buy financial. Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't buy financials in this environment. I know there was a recent run. I think it was JPM that did a couple moves. There was a bank that I saw, or I might be getting the tech financials mixed up with that, but the traditional finance stocks, I would not touch any of those right now. Again, 0% money means you can't charge as much as you want on loans, particularly to individuals with very, very good credit, right? What you could get away with, in an environment where interest rates were at 3 or 4 or 5%, you can't get away with that anymore, because now competition is incredibly stiff for those customers with very good credit, 730, 740 credit. You're walking into a bank and getting a 30-year mortgage now for 1.9, 1.8%. How do you compete with that as a bank, right? You've got fixed cost associated with one, producing the loan, two, managing the loan. So how do you compete with that? Some of you guys in here, you may have refinanced a mortgage recently. The kind of rates you're getting. They're basically giving the money away. The better your credit, the better, deal you're getting right now to get money. And that's creating a market environment where now you got people who are selling homes for prices they never thought they would obtain for certain pieces of property. In the right areas, right? In the right areas. I mean, if you're in New York City or somewhere like that, you're getting your asses handed to you. I mean, nobody wants your property. San Francisco, nobody wants your property. But if you live in these towns, less than 250,000 people right now, I mean, you're getting, offers for your home that are out of this world. Out of this world. The suburbs are hot right now. Hot right now. Everybody wants to live in the suburbs again. The suburbs are cool again now. Nobody wanted to live in the suburbs before COVID. And I don't want a fucking big ass backyard. I don't want to have to mow grass and all. I don't want to live in the city and have a whole bunch of strangers next door to me and be cool and hip. And now nobody wants that anymore. Now I don't want to live in the city. I don't want to deal with city issues. All right, now the suburbs are cool. People want their property now. They want big yards and, so I can see some really cool stuff coming out of this with people going back out there. And, some realtors may say, oh, man, you're blowing it up. After the vaccine, they're coming back. I don't know, man. I don't know. The way I'm seeing people fall in love with working from home and, people taking pride in their property again and, just people love and living in these little small towns, and they've really refound that love for community again, which is a good thing for the hood because now gentrification is over. I don't see gentrification happening the same way it was before. If you guys remember, I mean, it just seemed like every house in the hood was just, hey, we're taking this, we're taking this, we're taking that, we're taking this. Now, for the most part, gentrification, I don't know. You really even want to do that? What else? What else you guys bring up? Yeah, I don't count on any stocks that Jim Cramer talks about. The biggest ticker I think he called that I remember is Netflix. I mean, he called Netflix out the gate like, yo, this is the one to buy. And I remember that like yesterday. And Netflix has been a monster ever since. PRPL, Purple Innovation. I don't know anything about this one. Purple Innovation. Monster since April. What's that about? Got a COVID play type chart. Right? Reminds me of like a Wayfair type of thing. What do they sell? Like stuff to kill bacteria and stuff? You say you're taking the vaccine if Ivanka takes it. Hilarious. Tesla. I love Tesla. I wasn't a big fan at the beginning, just because I don't like Elon's attitude. I'm not a big fan of the way he kind of carries himself. But the company is just. When I got behind the seat of a Tesla, now I was like, okay, I get it now. I get why you guys love this man so much. I had to listen in. I was just like, yo, is this car on right now? And I stepped on the gas. I felt the power. I felt how comfortable the car is. Even though I felt a little low to the ground, it still felt so solid. The everything about the car is just solid, man. Now I know. I was like, okay, what? Now I know why you guys are winning like you are. I know why you guys are winning like you are. And people they want to be a part of what's going on over there at Tesla, man. And I think this stock split is going to end up working out very well for the company. Because they make incredibly good cars. I'm really excited about Battery Day and what they got planned, because that is the future of cars, man. What they have going on is the future of transportation. That's just what it is. That is the future. They're in the right place at the right time in the right industry. And there are very, very few companies you can say that about. But Tesla is one of them. There's nothing that they do that isn't about making the world a better place when you think about it. Everything they do, is environmentally friendly. Everything they do just, it's just, I don't know, what else can you say? Now, there's some things that I've been reading about in terms of like, when the car breaks down, you can't go and take it somewhere and stuff like that. That's probably not cool. But then again, I can understand some of that because, they're thinking that people are going to be tinkering with it and finding out some of their intellectual property. So I can see a little bit of what they're talking about too. But yeah. Let's go on. Let's keep it going. Apple. Shout out to Apple. If you listen to my podcast, I told you the next step for Apple is healthcare. Apple after splits, it doesn't really trade very well after splits. It's got a history of doing that. Could this just be the situation here? Possibly. Right. But look, again, that's a company that's making incredible strides, and the future of healthcare is Apple. If they continue to make great investments, which I think they're going to make here with a acquisition very, very soon. There's nowhere else for them to go. As I said on my podcast, there's nowhere else for Apple to go. They tried the car thing, or if you remember, they quit that. Right? I don't see anything with residential properties happening. I don't see anything in real estate for that matter. I think is really their next, the next leg for them. I don't see where else they could go. And as I mentioned in the podcast too, your health or information in regards to your health is probably more valuable and more important than, the websites you go to. So, it being an incredibly lucrative space for them is built in. So I'm interested in seeing what's going to happen. And I think the new watch is just the first step there, right? Where now they're telling you what's going on with your blood oxygen. The next step after that is telling you, okay, now that I got this information in regards to your health, can I send it to your doctor or your medical professional? That's another line. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, can we manage this level? Can we manage this data for you in the cloud, and you pay us a certain amount, and now you can be able to go to anywhere in the country and you can take this medical record and show how over the course of your life, your health is either improved or, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot that could possibly go into that. A lot that can go into that. So I'm excited about a future that is going to have, a lot fewer companies, but a lot more impressive companies. That's what I see the future being. This year, small business got taken out. The next couple of years, I think now we start to see some of these mega caps start taking out some of these mid caps. And we just start seeing, huge mergers taking place here. Particularly if we get a Trump 2 election. All right. I'm not buying anybody's prediction. I don't know what's going to happen. And whatever happens, I'm going to trade it, dude. I don't even care. Whatever happens, I'm going to trade it. As long as the market's here, I'm happy. Trust me, sometimes I get suckered into what's going on with the election too, but then I start thinking about it. I'm like, man, I remember I was sitting I think it was like Obama's like second term, and I'm just sitting in the farm outside of a town called Munising, Michigan. And I'm like, man, I'm so far from Washington. I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's a big deal who's president, but at the same time, you really don't feel it when you're out there. And I'm sure like maybe, if I was like a farmer or something like that, maybe my thoughts on it would be different. But when you're, just kind of living your life day to day, you don't, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass when I say that, because obviously healthcare matters and stuff like that. But, sometimes it's like when you're out there in the heartland, especially, you don't feel government like you do if you're, in a major city or in DC, or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if somebody out there can feel me on that. Like for those of you guys who just kind of live out in the middle of nowhere, maybe you get where I'm coming from. Say Amazon versus Google. No, you guys know, I mentioned this also in my podcast, that the next big face-off is Walmart versus Amazon. They're headed for a direct collision course. Amazon and Walmart is headed for a direct collision course. And we're going to see who's going to win that in the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years. One of them can't survive, they both can't survive in the same country like this. Like what's going on right now. It's just not going to work. Somebody's got to win. Right now they're just still both. Amazon is just still small enough to where, Walmart can still kind of operate. But eventually now, with all of these distribution centers coming up and all of this, they are eventually going to go head to head. And, it's up to the American people are going to make a choice, a vote with their dollars about what you're going to want to do. Or we get a Democratic, this Democratic nominee wins the election, and we get a possible, Justice Department breakdown of Amazon, which I'm hearing on Friday could fall on Facebook. Facebook has been struggling because there's been word that the Justice Department is going to go after them as a monopoly. All right. I'm sure some of you guys have been reading that as well. Do you think Battery Day is priced in? I don't think it's priced in. I do see a big jump on, I don't know. I have to check. I remember the date, but I don't know. Is it also going to be during the market day? I can't remember. But I don't think it's priced in, man, because I don't know. I don't see it yet being priced in. It's almost like an earnings day, man. I believe it'll gap up on the excitement. But like many days that companies deliver incredible news, it'll eventually sell off. But I don't think Battery Day is priced in because we all have an idea of what they're going to deliver. But, one thing about Elon is he does put out quite a bit of a good surprise when he delivers something live like that. So I got to give him that. Oh, man, DKNG has just ran away with it, man. DKNG has just ran away with it. I mean, I made a video on that, and I kind of rushed it a little bit. I didn't do as good of a job as I should. And we talked about how incredible DraftKings is going to be. I don't think people realize how big sports gambling is going to be. When you look at what's going on in Europe and in the developing country where you have people who they end up in the hospital because they're so addicted to this stuff. They end up in the hospital. They end up going homeless because of how addictive of a nature that sports gambling is. Sports gambling is going to be the crack cocaine of our generation, man. Like the way people were really coming down on what's that thing that people are doing? Not smoking cigarettes, but they're vaping and stuff. It's going to be worse than that. Because sports gambling is incredibly addictive. Incredibly addictive. And I mean, just read about how, people have been dealing with it in Europe and some of these developing countries where you read stories about guys who, they spend their whole check on this stuff. You had the state of New Jersey come out and say that they just crushed their all-time, record. I think 770 something million in betting or something like that. I know the article's out there. He said Amazon versus Google, Kenny D. Nah, I don't see that. Very, very different businesses. NKLA, I don't believe it's a scam as people say it is. I don't know why so many people want to call NKLA a scam. Someone also mentioned, they'll say, well, Sal, would NKLA exist if Tesla didn't exist? And maybe the answer to that is no, right? Maybe the answer to that is no. Calling it Nikola, the same guy, that's, yes, very scammy, right? But what I know about General Motors and how upstanding of a company they are, I don't believe that General Motors bought this company for God knows how many billions of dollars and didn't do their due diligence to realize that they've got something real going here. Now, as a former penny stock promoter, I know that, yes, you do have instances that small companies can sucker in big companies to look legitimate, right? But I don't think that this is one of those deals, man. Right? Look, as somebody who's promoted penny stocks, I know, right? They memorandum of understanding, right? I've seen that a ton of times. where a small, $1 million company, $10 million company will convince a stock that's Fortune 500, several billion in market cap, to sign some kind of quote unquote distribution deal. It doesn't really have any fine details and you don't really know what's going on. No, this is very different. This is Nikola in the agreement saying, we're going to use, right? Everyone have access to every facility that GM owns. We're going to have access to all of the manufacturing facilities. We're going to have GM produce our vehicles. That's what they said. It's in the agreement. GM will produce all of Nikola's vehicles because Nikola doesn't have any factories, right? So it's all going to go through GM. GM gets a piece of the company. GM also, Nikola also gets access to GM's expertise, right? So I don't know. I don't think this is a fake deal, man. And I don't. I don't. This might end up being one of those situations where, Facebook 2012 trading at $40 a share and everybody's like, okay. And then you're looking back at it like, man, what an incredible opportunity, but I slept on it. Competition is good, man. I don't want Tesla to be, just in the space alone. I want there to be some competition out there. Why not? So you should want NKLA to succeed. I think it's un-American for you to want this company to fail. And you're seeing the same thing with these people who've lost hundreds of millions, possibly billions of dollars, being Tesla Q boys, right? Q being the bankruptcy, right? When a stock is in bankruptcy, you had a Q on it. Now you want to be NKLAQ. And my judgment is you're going to lose hundreds of millions and billions here too. Because there's an opportunity to make a lot of money with the technology. That's how I feel. It says they don't have a prototype yet. Okay, so what? I mean, so what? So what? We don't have a prototype yet. So what? Does the idea make money? Right? Would the idea be game changing? Okay. If the answer is yes, then you get time to put it together. You get time. You get money to be able to put it together. Because if it works, it's going to pay off. There was what was the name of that stock that was the Virgin guy, the guy behind Virgin Air, Virgin Mobile, and all of them, who was trying to say he's sending people into space? What was that ticker? Nobody had that company never sent anybody to space. Why isn't anybody saying the same thing about him? Yeah, SPCE. That company hasn't sent anybody into space. Same thing. It's literally the same situation. And not to talk about the future so many times, but we're going to see more companies like this, where they've got a great idea. It's going to take a little bit of time. You're going to have to be a dedicated investor, right? A patient investor. And it's going to happen. You're going to see a company come out and talk about Neuralinks, right? Elon Musk had a tweet where he said, phones are the past. Cell phones are the past. Computers are the past. The future is Neuralinks, right? So the neurons in your body are able to control things in the physical world. So something gets implanted in your chip, in your brain, right? It's a chip, and it controls the things around you. A publicly traded company can come out tomorrow and say, that's our line of business. And guess what? People are going to invest. Are they going to have somebody who's got the chip in their brain? Hell no. But you're going to buy the stock because you understand that's going to make a shitload of money if it works. So what I want to get through your head is be comfortable with this. Be comfortable with the idea that certain companies, it's not going to pop right away. And it's okay. You know, we're living in uncharted territory, guys. You know, hydrogen vehicles. You know, the idea's been around for a long time, but now we got a company that says, hey, we're going to put this, you know, we're going to put this together. And it's going to be the real deal. You know? See, I'm going to get a dog with a damn brain chip. Hilarious. It was a very disturbing article that came out a couple of days ago where it was this woman who, she was part of a team that was sponsored by NASA to teach dolphins how to speak English. You know, because back in the 60s, you had all the, you know, there was just a lot of weird experiments out in the 60s. And then she talks about how, like, the dolphins were, like, raping her and stuff. It was a weird-ass story. Look that up. Look, you can Google that. Like, dolphin woman says she has sex with dolphins. Very disturbing. All right, let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. But, yeah, look, you know, what holds us back, and I'm not going to say this quote perfectly, is not what we believe, is what we don't believe. You know, I need some of you to open up your mind to, you know, what's really out here right now, man. What this is unreal. That we got a company like SPCE out here talking about taking people up to space and being able to go from New York to Paris in, I think, 2 hours or something, whatever it is, if you go up to the stratosphere. Some crap like that. I don't think it was 2 hours, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Let's keep it going. NIO. I'm not a fan of NIO just because of, you know, people are saying, well, it's the Tesla of China. Well, just go buy Tesla. Just go buy Tesla. I don't want to buy another Luckin Coffee because I think NIO could be, another Luckin Coffee. I've told you guys, people, many times, I don't trust the Chinese for nothing. Democrat, Republican, we should be united on both sides of this argument. We do not trust the communists, the People's Communist Party, period, or Chinese Communist Party. They are an enemy of you and me and everything we stand for here in America. That's it. I don't buy no Chinese stocks. I don't fuck with those people. Okay? We got to be 100% committed to that. That's one when me and Mr. Trump, we see the same thing. All right. Those Chinese financials, look, just go watch that movie, The China Hustle. These people are some of the biggest crooks. In today's 2020, they're still feeding our people rat burgers and, you know, kangaroo chicken tenders. Y'all keep playing with these Chinese, man. Yeah, out here feeding you, you know, cow ding-a-ling soup and all that stuff. Yeah, let's keep it going, man. What do you recommend you do with $1,400 in the brokerage account? With $1,400? Damn. God, man, only $1,400? I think watch the market a little bit, man, and catch the next swing back above the, you know, the 20 moving average on the SPY or something, because you need to get that. You need to get some money, man. You need to get some money. You know, you need to get yourself in a maybe the SPY or something when we turn back up. Get like an end of money call and just kind of ride it. You need to build that account up right now. You need to get some income in there real fast. With 1,400, I honestly think you keep saving, man, because with 1,400, bro, you take a $250 loss and you already, kicking yourself. So I would just keep stacking, really, because with more money you can take higher probability trades. When you don't have a lot of money, that's when you gotta really get mother luck on your side, because you gotta take some risky moves just to win, just to kind of get out of those levels. You said YouTube is in China now? I did not know that. I still don't fuck with them though. So you go to Walmart every day? Yep, millions of people go to Walmart every day. What's my main trading strategy? My 25-10, bro. I've been doing it now for 2 years. I love it. 25-10 for day trading, whichever time frame I'm comfortable with at the time, depending on the product. SPX 2-day trades as well. I love SPX European. It's a European style option product. It expires into cash right into your trading account. All right. So, I take trades with SPX that are, minimum anywhere between 75% probability to 90% or higher probability, depending on what the setup is. I just did one today, made 1,800 on it. I'm going to take another one tomorrow for Friday's expiration. And I can tell you right now, it's probably, I was putting it together. We're probably looking at, here's SPX. I saw a trade right there that was risk 2,500 to make 440. And I don't know. We'll see. I might have to come closer to the price action, but I was looking at 3,200 to 3430, 3435. I'm probably a little bit too far off. I gave myself too much way too much downside move. I'm gonna figure it out here though. I know I gave myself way too much on the downside move. I always have a tendency to do that just because I have been burnt in the past by that. COVID really scared the shit out of me because I was doing it at the time like that. But, you don't want to give the top side too much, not on a Friday. On a Friday, it's typically you're going to get surprised. It'll be a downside move surprise, particularly when you're below, the 20 moving average or the 25 moving average. It's going to be a surprise to the downside. But this looks good too. I like this 3270 to 3450. But again, it's going to depend on what, how much credit I'm taking in. I like to take in at least $5 in credit, right? Which is about $500, right? And if I'm very confident like I was yesterday, then I really go in with 10 contracts on each side, which requires me, and then I go with a $5 widespread instead of a $30 widespread, what I just showed you. What I showed you before, that was a $30 widespread. So I take in almost the same amount of money, but I get to be even further away from the price action. Right? You see how that works? Just because each side is significantly, because it's wider, and I get to take in more credit because each option is more expensive on a $30 wide than a $5 wide. Whereas a $5 wide, you got to add more contracts to really build value. But at the same time, if you're very confident with where price is going to be, $5 wide makes sense. All right, $30 wide is when you're not sure where the market is going to go, but you're still seeking that higher probability. All right, get my course to really get this. Yeah, it's in the course. It's in the course in the description, but man, it's a great way. Iron condors, XBX, or futures options, which is a little bit more riskier, but it's a great way to generate income. You know, guys, I've tried everybody's strategy. Tim Sykes, Bulls thing. I've spent over $7,000 trying to learn, you know, how to trade. I've tried everybody's thing. I went to Online Trading Academy. I went to the free stuff. I bought one of the seminars. The SEC came out just a couple of days ago and called Online Trading Academy a fraud, which is crazy because back in the day, I didn't think they were a fraud back in the day. I don't know what they were doing recently, but back in the day, they would have guys who would come from like the local Charles Schwab or something like that and tell you about what an option is, what a put is, and all that stuff. And they had real guys who were making real money. You know, on eBay, you could buy their little cassettes and the DVDs and stuff and learn, and they were, you know, legit. But yeah, it's something you should really look into. You know, if you really have not found success and you've honestly been giving it your all when it comes to day trading, then you might seriously want to look into SPX weekly iron condors. All right, particularly now that, you know, we've got a spike here in volatility. Right, if we look at the VIX, we should think we were at 30 VIX right now. 26. All right, 26 VIX. You know, we've got a spike. So right now, price is relatively kind of stiff, right? You know, when we're at these kind of sub 20 or prior to COVID, when we were at these sub 10, 20, 12, VIX, and all you can do is bull put spreads every week. Bull put spreads, bull put spreads, bull put spreads. Now you can kind of capture both sides of the trade within a certain level, and it makes the trade very, very lucrative. Yes, I still use black box stocks for intraday trades, but you know, again, I've got to really see a clear signal. Black box, I still promote their software, but you know, now with you know, black box does very, very good on days where there's a lot of volatility. When you have a day where the VIX is on the floor and you know everything is up, then you don't really need it. I mean, you can just jump in anything and you make money. And that's why for a long time prior to this year, you know, the company was making money, but it wasn't making as much money as it is now. Now I think they just had a company come out, investment bank come out and you know, initiate research on black box because there's, you know, it is a publicly traded company. But yeah, you know, it works when there's a lot of volatility. When there's a lot of volatility in the marketplace, that's where you want to jump into black box because then you get, all right, you find clear signals within the chaos. You know. Yes, I still use Tastyworks. That's what I put all my trades. All my trades are through Tastyworks. For my Iron Condor trades, my Iron Condor trades is through Tastyworks. You say you don't trust Chinese, but everything in your house is from China. But bro, I don't choose that. I want everything in my house to be made in America. I don't want anything in my house to be made in China. You know what I'm saying? I want full employment in my country, in the United States of America. I don't want, you know, Chinese people to be making all the money that what they're making right now. You know, that's a whole different conversation. But you know, I don't want nothing that I have to be made in China. Everything that's for the most part made in China is crap. Plug, Plug. $12.95. Plug power. Man, I can't believe guys are still trading plug, man. But it's very impressive what it's done here, man. It's really broken into some insane levels, and this is, you know, I know it's had some pumps in the past, but yeah, this is the first time it's really gotten to some levels where it's, you know, it's actually holding on to itself here. Proud of that. You know, because it was a lot of hopium for a long, long time. A lot of hopium. Yeah, I got to get that 40 ounce, man. See, y'all got me sipping on this thing. I really like to chug it. But I'm going to start talking crazy if I start chugging it. So let me just start sipping it. Yeah, if you're going to follow my play, though, you know, stay light, man. Don't trade my size. Some guys looked at my trade today and they were like, man, do I do it, Sal? Do I do it? Well, if you did it, you made $1,800. But you don't have to do my size. All right. Everybody's on a different part of their trading journey. Never look at another guy's size and be like, okay, man, I gotta be at. No, I've been at this for a long, long time. One contract is enough. You know, trust me, millions of guys don't make any money all year in the market, bro. Not $1. If you can make $1 in the market, consider yourself successful. Because you'd be surprised how many guys will end 12 months and not make any, will not be profitable. You know, that thing is real. That whole 90% of guys lose money, it is a real thing. One, because most people are day trading. Most of them are day trading. And, you know, after cost, well, not so much cost anymore, but just, you know, after it's all said and done, when you really look at the math, they haven't really made any money. But again, with what I teach in my course and stuff, like, you don't have to do any of that stuff. You can really position yourself so far away from the action and still make money that, you know, you don't have to be these guys just, you know, throwing darts at a board. Futures are sinking because of no stimulus deal. Yeah, absolutely. That plays a big part into that. But with the market sinking, that's going to create the environment for them to get a deal done, though. So it's a good thing that the market's getting down, because that's what's going to inspire people to, you know, to get to the table and get a deal done. And plus, the Democrats are going to hold out because they don't want to give Trump a deal going into the election. You see what I'm saying? So they want him looking bad going into the election. And that's just the art of war. You know, that's the art of war. All right. Democrats own the House of Representatives. All Trump can do is maybe an executive order. I don't know what he can do in terms of, you know, any money, putting out any money. But there's not gonna. I don't see a deal happening. You know, case in point to why I'm giving a lot of momentum to the downside for now, right? For now. But don't get it, you know, confused at all. Democrats, Republicans, they all want to see the market much, much higher. The incentive for, you know, how many, 330 or whatever million people in America, the incentive is for the market to go up. Your 401k, your whatever retirement plan, your pension, those of you guys who are still lucky enough to have one, there is an incentive for markets to go higher. Never, ever, ever underestimate that. The whole system doesn't work if the market doesn't continually go up. You know, the whole system doesn't work. It must continue to go up. You know, for those of you guys who study, you know, the old classic finance books, you know, you can talk about kind of those lost decades, you know, where you know, there was virtually no growth, 1950s, right? And they literally had to force everybody to work, you know, in not force everybody to work, but they literally had to come up with an international or a national highway system to create some kind of growth. And thankfully, it was the national highway system that facilitated the incredible growth of the suburbs and many of these other places that led to, you know, the incredible gains of the 1960s, right? Those investments and those returns led to investments of the 70s and on and on and on. So this entire system depends on something leading to something else. So we need to create something here. Could be a war. Could be, I mean, yes. You know, you can go back and say that the Iraq war was a distraction from the 2000 recession. You can make a case for that. You know. And then what happened after that? 05 to 09 was really good. 05 to 09 was really, really good. You know? Well, not exactly the 09 because I think it crashed in 08, but you know what I'm saying. You know, we know how to create distractions. We either do massive infrastructure projects, or we're going to find some type of terrorist, or we're going to find some kind of war to get into. We're going to do something to stimulate growth. We're going to do something. You better believe it. Because stocks have to go up. Again, your pension depends on it. What did I think about Mara? You know, I've always said Mara isn't going to get it done. You know, I've said Mara is not, you know, one of those stocks that's just, you know, it ran up really hard because it was another one of those like COVID type things where people were getting really excited about all that. But yeah, I just don't see it, man. I mean, MARA is a play that's just been around for a very, very long time, and so many hopes, and I don't see it, man. I remember talking about this stock like 4 or 5 years ago. You know, it's just never delivered. Never delivered. Is it Netflix? You said with your trade, can you trade part-time? You have a time? Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely, Victoria T, because, you know, one of the things that I trade, one of the things that I teach is we have setups where they're as far out as 45 days. You can go out to 60 days. I prefer 45, right? 45-day trades where you can play, and these are incredible opportunities, incredible trades where you can play, again, trading on both sides of the market, where you can take these, you know, 90% probability trades, right? Where you're going to win 9 out of 10 times on the trade. And you don't have to put a lot of money in it. You can start, you know, one trade at like $750 just to see what it does. Just see what it does. $750. It'll be a futures trade, right? You might have to have at least, you know, $2,000 in the account to make it happen, right? Because you need at least $2,000 to have access to the futures. But just do one trade for $750, 45 days, right? And you don't even have to wait the whole 45 days. You can manage the trade at 25% or 50%. I like managing the trade at 50%. What does that manage? What do I mean by that? I mean, if the trade says, okay, over 45 days for what you're going to do, your max profit is $330, right? For 45 days. You can manage the trade or close the trade once the trade has matured at 50% of max profit, right? So 50% of that 300 and I think I said 350, right? Of that 350, 50% of that is yours, right? It's matured to where now, you know, that has been made available to you and you can take that, right? You can take that profit and close it there. And there's the probability of that, right? If the probability of 45 days is 90%, what is the probability of being successful at 22.5? It's well over 99%. Barring in mind that there's a calamity, right? I mean, just something just comes way out of left field that just takes the market straight down or straight up like a missile. You should win that trade. You should win that trade. And again, I just ask people who've taken my course to try it. My course has been available for a year. And out of the 319 or so people that have bought my course, I've had one person ask for their money back. One person. I put that on my mama. One person. Because can't nobody look at my course and tell me that shit don't make money. Can't. And if you could say that, you didn't take the trade. I promise you didn't take a trade. Anybody who ever took it and then cut the trade, they either don't follow the rules, right? They don't follow the rules, or they let their mind scare them out of a trade. So what guys will do is, like, the trade will say 45 days. And in 3 days, the trade, the market starts to wobble, and then they start talking to themselves and getting in their own head. And they're like, damn, okay, I quit. And then 45 days go by because time is going to go by. And they're like, damn, I would have made money if I stayed in that thing. Yes, absolutely, I refund the money. Absolutely, I refund the money. I put it out there because it's a way for me to put my ideas out. I think everybody who talks about stocks should have some, a training available for the people who follow them to say, okay, hey man, I like what you're doing here. Can I learn what your strategy? Okay, here it is. And I'm not trying to rip off my people because I know my people don't have it like that. So it's only $100. I ain't making no money off that. That I get a couple sales a month. That maintains the site. And as long as it can pay for itself, I'll keep it up there. Add in videos here and here and there so often. And that's it. Appreciate you, Shiest. I'm not going on anywhere. Some guys disappear for 2 years, 3 years, come back. Oh, Sal, man, good to see you. You're still in there. I'm not going nowhere. I found my love. I will live and die doing this. I found my love. Maybe my expectations cause 100% a year. So it's not enough. Your expectations are too high because you're up 100% in a year, doubled your money since you first started, but you're looking at it like, I need to make way more money than this. Well, it depends on what you started out with. I mean, if you started out with $100, you say you're up 100%, so now you got $200. And yeah, hell yeah, I'd be looking at it like, man, I need more money than this. Hell yeah. I mean, I feel your energy if you put it like that. Absolutely. No, Victoria T, you don't need Black Box to use my program. No. Black Box is really for, and I maybe should do a better job. It's really for people who got, daddy's money, and you can really go out there and put 7K up and really, shake and bake. You know what I mean? Said, did I pre-order the PS5? No, I didn't, man. I'm a computer gaming dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm a computer gaming dude now. I got 2K on the PC. Yeah, man. all my computers now. The computer I had before this was custom. This one is a pre-built. You know, this is a rig this was a $5,000 computer. You know, and it was a CAD computer. And this is, I think, what was the Dell? I forgot what it was, man, but it's got 36 cores in it, man. It's a beast, man. This computer right here I got is a beast. Can handle over 2.5 terabytes of RAM. I got right now, I think, 200 in it right now. You know, this is a beast, man. I eat all those Ryzens for lunch. All those Ryzen processors, man. It'll get tore up out of my system right now. I just need to learn how to edit. You know, if I could really take some time to edit, but, you know. Yeah, Black Box Stocks is an algorithm-based trading alert system. That's all it is. You know, if you're a beginner, it's not something that you need right now. If you're truly a beginner learning how to trade and you don't even know what, you know, your broker's features are or anything like that, it's not for you. Appreciate you, LRT, man. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. We all had to start somewhere, right? We all started with them penny stocks, man. You know, I used to just get so excited about penny stocks. I didn't have any money, so I went on to the dark side and became a penny stock promoter because I knew how to speak well and white folks listened to me. So I was like, shit, I can make money promoting stocks. So I connected with this Jewish guy out of Chicago. He'd give me a ticker every week. He'd give me $2,500 to talk about it. I make videos about it. And, you know, next thing you know, he's like, oh, all right. So I started seeing what kind of volume I was bringing. I was like, nah, man, you got to give me $2,500 and you got to give me 100,000 shares. So he'd give me $2,500 and 100,000 shares. I created a newsletter. And in the newsletter, I put in the bottom, like, yeah, I own so and so many shares. I'm going to sell them when you know. So, yeah, the next thing you know, man, the account started growing. I was like, fuck it, I ain't got to do this shit no more. So that was it. And I stopped talking about penny stocks. And it was perfect timing. Because literally 2 weeks later, a movie came out called The Wolf of Wall Street. And it decimated the business. It was over. That movie came out and it was over. Everybody was like, it's a fraud and this and this. And we were really making legit money. We were making guys money. Like, guys were making legit money. It wasn't all frauds. I mean, some of those companies were real legit companies. But after that, everything called the penny stock was a fraud. So it was over, man. And I had to go learn how to do it for real, like how to trade for real and, you know, how to do moving averages. And, you know, I've been talking about stocks for 5 years, but now I had to learn how to do it for real. Because when you're in penny stocks, you're not doing it for real. You know, if you trade penny stocks, you're not really trading stocks. You're selling hopes and dreams when you trade penny stocks. When you trade a penny stock, your idea is to get into that cheap price and to tell somebody else and get them to believe that there's the potential that this stock is worth more than what you bought it for and get them to buy it for the higher price. That's penny stock investing and trading in a nutshell. You know, now it's called cryptocurrency. That's what it's called now. It's called cryptocurrency. You convince everybody that this is what's next, bro. This is what's next. Just put your money in here. You know, this is what's next. This is what's next. It's the same thing. That's why when I hear them crypto guys talking, man, it's the same shit we was doing 6-7 years ago. 10, almost 10 years ago now. The same shit. They're going to lose so much money when all that falls apart. They're going to lose so much money. They're going to lose a whole lot of money when all that Bitcoin and all that falls apart. Bitcoin may be able to stick around, but everything else, suckers, man. People suckers. Monero's got, that's gonna be around. Anything where law enforcement can't. Wow, you can. This is the kind of money where even law enforcement can't find out where it came from. That's gonna be around. But you got some of those other ones like weed coin and all type of dumb shit. That's not going anywhere, man. You're gonna lose money on that. You're going to lose money on that. What am I using for my charts? TradingView 2000. Go to tradingview2000.com. Tradingview2000.com. Yeah, man. Dude, they stopped selling Colt 45 up there. So I got to get the High Life. Today they only had Steel Reserve and gosh, what was the other one that I got last time? And something 1800, I forgot. But I didn't want the Steel Reserve. But I like that Colt 45, man. I'm an Action Jackson fan, so By the way, they need to bring back Action Jackson. I need a 2020 Action Jackson ASAP. Somebody do that, man. This is the perfect time for Action Jackson, to be honest with you. This would be the perfect time for an Action Jackson movie. That shit would be lit. I got Action Jackson on. I can't find the Blu-ray version. Is there a Blu-ray version of Action? I don't know. I got the DVD, but I don't know if there's a Blu-ray version of Action Jackson. Now that I think about it, because it's been a long time since I looked at Blu-ray Action Jackson. Is there a Blu-ray? Oh, shit. Okay, there is a Blu-ray version of Action Jackson. Okay. All right, I'm going to cop that right after the show then. That must have just came out in the last 2 years, because I was looking for that like 2 years ago. Okay. Yeah, Action Jackson is basically the black James Bond, man. Action Jackson's that nigga, man. Fuck what you heard. Do I sell options? Yeah. I sell once in a while, but I mean, it's not the environment to sell options in. Unless you're looking at the financials or, Wells Fargo or some shit like that that's going straight down. But but selling options, I mean, yeah, it's a way to make money too. Old English, yeah, there it is. It was Old English. That's what I had last week. I go live every Wednesday, guys. Other than that, I put out my little audio 10-minute Wall Street in 10 minutes. And that's some good stuff. I wish y'all would listen to it all the time. I know my loyal people listen to it. The people who, all over the market, they listen to it. I really put some time into that, making sure I talk about the tickers that matter. I can't talk about all of them because I only got 10 minutes, but I really try to give people an idea. Now what I'm going to be doing is putting my trades in the thing. Of course, I can't put it on every single day, but because the trade I do is every 2 days. So looking for that Monday. Well, I don't do a Monday expiration. I just do Wednesday, Friday expiration for the most part. Monday is kind of hard to trap the market in a zone because Monday people get crazy, man. People go crazy on Monday. They just throw everything in. Tracking the market on Monday is hard because you just don't know what's going to happen during the weekend, and it's just, yeah. Yeah, make a boss call. Action Jackson. Love Action Jackson, man. I'm a big fan of blaxploitation movies. I'm a huge fan of that. Blaxploitation movies, those early 90s movies where basically every like rapper at the time would be in the movie. Sunset Park, New Jack City. I mean, all the classics, man. You know, you already know all the classics, man. Now that I think about it, man, I gotta watch Sunset Park. It's been a minute since I watched Sunset Park. New Jersey Drive, that comes up too. I forgot New Jersey Drive. That's another good one. I like that. Strapped. You know, I got Strapped on my other channel. I'm the one who put Strapped on YouTube. It's on my Frustrated Black Man channel. I don't have no videos on there besides a couple like product reviews I made and stuff about this like shitty apartment I was living in like 10 years ago. 20 years, yeah, 10, 15 years ago. Some $450 apartment. It was $400. I remember like yesterday. It was $450 a month, all utilities included. This was 2000, maybe 2011. No, 2000. No, 2009. Yeah, 2000. I think it was 2009. 2009. $450 a month, all utilities included. Boy, I was busting cheeks through that. Woo! Boy, I was spreading cheeks in that place, bruh. It was a shitty apartment, but I was busting cheeks through that apartment, bruh. My neighbors hated me, dude. My neighbors hated me. You know. But I was a young dude with his own crib, man. So it was like, man, you know, I'm in my early 20s, got my own crib, you know. And, you know, when you live in a place like Detroit, you know, dudes living with their mama and, you know, just struggling, you know what I'm saying? And then here's me, you know, I'm hustling every different way. And I got my own spot. So chicks was coming over just to get away from their mama, bro. And I'm just getting cheeks, man. Crazy times, bro. AMD, $76. Yeah, AMD's been. And I got the weekly charts up just because I want to see the big picture here. All right, last 3 weeks haven't been so good for AMD. All right, let's just look at the daily, see what's going on here again below those, you know, below that 10 and that 20. You know, I mean, when you know, when you're below that 25 moving average, man, you know, you get a little bit far from it, then you know it's going to come back and tap it. But, you know, whatever direction that's going to, you really kind of want to stay in that direction. So right now it's negative. And, you know, I can't look at that and say, well, it's time to buy. Because right now it clearly doesn't look that way. You know, we need a change in momentum. And a change in momentum will come with what I told you earlier when you get that bust through. You know, when I told you about earlier in the show where, you know, you get that one day where it's like a 2.5, 3% day, you know, SPY, and everybody, it seems like everybody and their mama want to buy stock. That's when you know that, okay, this is the buy signal here. This is the buy signal here. And it'll come, you know. But like I said, we got the election going on right now. Nobody's trying to make Trump look good going into this election. So, you know, we might be fucked for a while. You know, we might be fucked for a while. You know, but I don't want to I don't want to come off like Miss Cleo, because that's not me. I just trade what I see. Oh man, I got a couple channels, Mr. JRH. I got this one channel that I cannot find the password to. I started this company in 2015. It was called Christian Cash Financial. All right, I think it was called Christian Cash Financial. Anyway, it was a payday. It was supposed to be a Christian payday loan company, bro. I made like 30 videos. Chicago, Minneapolis, a whole bunch of like, hey, if you need a loan in Minneapolis, come to Christian Cash Financial. Bro, I was giving out loans that were like 170% APR. 170% APR. There's nothing Christian about the company at all. And I would have kept doing it because it was a white label. It was a white label product. So it was a financial services company that was like, okay, we'll give you the setup, right? You just go out and get the customers. So I had a beautiful website. The website was beautiful. It was, had some Christian looking, stuff on it. And, because Christian people, they, a lot of them, in the pews struggling, bro. They in the pews, all they got is $1. They looking to, get some money too. They want to be able to borrow capital. Some of them can't qualify for a traditional loan. So this financial services company was like, okay, yeah, you got a 520, a 510, we'll give you a loan to be high APR, but we'll give you a loan, $350 to about $750. And they ended up, getting bought out. So the whole white label thing went out of business, or got cut off. But I would have kept doing it if they were still. But yeah, it's on there. It's called Christian Cash Financial or something. It's a channel on YouTube, and I can't find the fucking password to delete those damn videos. Because I go on the videos and people are like, hey man, I'm trying to look for the website. Like, the website's gone, man. It's been gone since like 2017, man. It's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, but I've been trying to I've always been trying to start a little hustle here and there, a little business, because it's really the way to go, man. I tried to do the corporate thing, as you guys know. These motherfuckers ain't gonna pay you no money, man. They're not gonna pay you no real money. And being a brother in the company, the more higher up you go, the more people question your leadership, question your ideas, question your ability. I'm just like, man, fuck y'all niggas, man. So I was like, okay, let me just, figure out this stock thing. I'll start different businesses. Now I got a new company, and this company, I'm really excited about this one because it's called Discount Computer Outlet. And Discount Computer Outlet, for those of you guys who have bad credit, you may try to improve your credit by going to a credit repair company. Okay, fine. Well, even if you take things off your credit, you still need a credit mix, right? You need several different things on your credit report. Well, some people go to companies like Hutton Chase, My Jewelers Club, stuff like that. So, well, now you're going to be able to come to me, right? You're going to be able to come to Discount Computer Outlet, and we're going to give you a $10,000 credit line. We have $10,000 and we have $25,000, right? I just got approved by TransUnion and Equifax. I'm waiting on Experian to do my inspection of my commercial property. So once I get the approval for that, I'll have all three. And, we'll get it popping, man. I'll slap a $10,000 credit line on your credit report, improve your credit mix. Hopefully I raise your score 45, 50, 60 points, and you pay me $250 for the privilege. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hustle, hey, look, just anything for the people. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, okay, why is everybody going to My Jewelers Club? Why is everybody going to these same people? Like, let me hustle the game up. Like, I can do this. So I put the money up. I put the website together. I called up TransUnion. I called up Equifax. I said, look, how much money I got to buy? What kind of bond I got to have? What What license I got to have? Okay, all right, boom, boom, boom. Got the paperwork done. Approved. I gave myself $1 million on my credit report. You know, it's my own company, so I can do that. And now anybody else who's willing to pay me $250, I'll put $10,000 on your report, $25,000. You know, hit a brother up with $500, I'll put $25 on there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah, I already got a whole bunch of people signed up, man. Shout out to Garfield over at Sonnetter TV and Black News 102. I got him on there. So I've emailed a lot of people on YouTube who do the credit repair thing because I'm paying dudes $50 for every sign up. Bro, I'm like, dude, you bring me 10 people, I'll give you $500 a month. You know what I'm saying? Off the $250, I'll give you $50 for every sign up. Like this is the easiest money if you do credit repair, it's the easiest money you've ever made. We can run through them. You know what I'm saying? So you'd be surprised. Some people haven't responded. Some people haven't, you know, if I like, yo, I'll call you or set up something up. I try to call them. They don't answer the phone. So, you know, doing business with our people, man, can be, you know, it can be hard, man. It can be hard doing business with our people. He said, what's good with 50K? No, Bigger KH, you've been around me. For those of you guys in the chat room, man, look, I'll hit y'all with a discount, man. I know you. All you got to do is let me know what your username is. They said, do I handle business credit? Nah, I don't handle business credit. But the thing about it is, like, if your personal is good, just go ahead and PG a card. And on the business side, you're going to get much more money. That's why I'm doing it, because I was into the building the business credit. For example, my trading, I trade under a corporation. I don't trade under my own name. I trade under a corporation. So I'm trying to get, you know, build up my business credit or whatever. And I'm trying to do it the slow way. And I'm like, man, if I just PG a card, all of a sudden they giving me 35, 30. I'm getting an Amex now. I just PG it, you know. I know people don't like the idea of personal guarantee. I get that. But it's like, I know I'm going to pay the money back because I want the money to keep coming. You know, if I'm going to get a no PG situation, then that's me going to a bank and getting like a line of credit that way. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to these credit cards, man, I'll PG. It's okay. It's okay. Give me the freaking flyer miles. Give me the, you know, all the benefits. You know what I'm saying? He said, Sal, stay away from, stay away from Sonnetter. Now, Sonnetter is a good dude, man. He's a good dude. I keep messing with him because, you know, every time I'm in New York, I try to, you know, link up with Sonnetter because, you know, I want to get on his platform, man, because it's a good platform to reach the people. But we keep, you know, getting out of time. So, but yeah, man, this credit hustle is what's next, man, especially with that FICO 10 out now. You know what I mean? That credit bread is where it's at, man. That credit bread is where it's at. You know, especially now that people really up on the finance game right now. People want their credit up. People want to buy a house. People want to buy cars for the low. You know what I'm saying? Low interest rates. Nobody trying to get ripped off no more. You know, the culture is tired of just being victimized. People want to have, you know, good credit, man. People tired of getting scammed, tired of being renters, you know, tired of compromising. Because now everybody knows it's just, all right, there's so much money out there, especially what we've seen through this COVID situation where, you know, if you had a company, bro, the government was just, if you had a company, even if you had no employees, the government was like, here's 10 racks. Boom, there you go. Just for having an LLC or corporation. Gave me money. You know, I wish I had more guts. I would have, you know, had all my companies apply, but I was, man, look, I'm like, okay, this is federal, this is Fed money. Let me just apply with one company and get money. But I know some dudes who went all out, but that's just like, look, man, let me just get this one company, get my bread, and keep it moving. FICO 10 is the new credit scoring policy that a lot of the financial companies have now taken on, and that started around late April, early May. It's called FICO 10, and it's going to be scoring people's things property, where now it takes more into consideration people who pay their credit cards off at the end of the month. And now you're penalized a little bit more if you're someone who likes to carry large balances and then over and over and over again, every month. So yeah. Alex, you said, dude, repairing credit is the easiest thing to do. Yeah, it's big money right now. I mean, it has been for a while. But like anything, when it comes to selling on the internet, if you have proof, you can command whatever price you have. If you have proof of what you sell, can make a difference for somebody, that's how you generate sales, and that's how you command price. So being able to say, hey man, I fix credit, I can repair your credit. Okay, well, show me the proof. Show me somebody, show me testimonials, or show me some Credit Karma, receipts or something like that. And you got to be careful with that, because sometimes some people just take from other people to show. So you got to, you got to really trust like videos. Like I trust videos, guys who are like, hey man, here it is, refresh the page or something, So, yeah. How much money did I get from the SBA? I already got the SBA money. Yeah, I'm not gonna put that money, that amount out there, but it was a good amount. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I didn't try to go for the home run. You had guys who were trying to apply for 50,000, 60,000. Nah, man. I'm a one solopreneur. Like most black businesses. I got one person, me. When I need other people, I might bring them on for a short period of time. For example, this situation right here, Discount Computer Outlet, I foresee this being a company where I might actually have to bring on, a staff or two. Of course, it's going to be, the finest honeys I can get to answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? I might have two honeys just answering the phone real quick for me. You got a lot of sisters sitting at home right now thanks to COVID. I might put a bump on a little bit of a check. You know what I mean? Say, hey, come answer the phone for me. This is what you say. This is what I pay him a flat rate, and so be it. Yeah. But yeah, guys, you want to come up on some regular money, get into this market, man. Get into this market. I really hope the good times aren't over. I really hope the good times aren't over, because like I said, it's just been an incredible summer, man. Like, this has been a once in a lifetime kind of summer where they just were giving it to you, man. It was just like, yo, here, have it. Look at Apple, man. Look at Apple since March, bro. This is the weekly. Just giving it to you. And when we talk about the market, scared money don't make money. It's so true. That phrase alone applies to the market, period. Scared money don't make money. You'd be surprised how many people suffer from traders' anxiety. The same guy will tell you he want to be rich in the market won't press, the button to pull the trigger for a $300 trade, man. Crazy. Kenny D, you said you got a good amount as well. Alan Franklin, what you mean 50,000 members? 50,000 members of what? LRT, you're an entrepreneur. That's what's up, man. Like I said, I'm gonna have my the affiliate program. The affiliate program is going to be installed here in any day or two. And I was going to use PayPal just because I have a great history of PayPal, and I could understand how PayPal could give people a good sense of comfort to go through. But then, I've heard stories about people getting their money locked up and stuff like that. So I'm just like, all right, let me just go ahead and get a legit merchant account and processing and stuff like that. So I'm in the process of that too. The site is live. I mean, you can go to the site now. The credit application is up. I already have people putting in the credit application, and I gotta hit them up like, yo, man, I'm not live yet. I'll save your application, but I'm not live yet. Right now, all I have, like I said, is TransUnion and Equifax, and I'm waiting on Experian because I want to have all three because I ain't trying to backtrack, and I want to be able to send one batch, boom, every month, preferably around like the 20th, and just send them in batches, batch. And all you got to do is pay the $250, buy one product. The products are like $20, $50. And you'll pay, so if it's $50, you'll pay, it'll be $25 for 2 months because I got to have you pay $25. It can't be just one and then you get into the program. It's got to be 1, 2, because he has to have a credit application has to be filled out in order for a company to provide a customer credit. And you have to be in an agreement for at least 30 days. All right. Same thing for business credit. If you want net terms, right, net 30 terms with the company, you have to buy something, right, in order to get that. So it works the same way. Anybody who's had My Jewelers Club, Hutton Chase, MCG or MCG, I think it's called, or whatever. It's the same thing. I basically built the same company. That's it. Said PayPal? No. Yeah, PayPal. I was like, nah. So I hit up my credit union, True Lion, and they sent me through some company. So I'm talking to them right now about, going through for their credit card processing and stuff like that. So that should be done, if not this week, by the end of next week. No, never trade. Never give up on trading, man. Never give up on trading. The problem is that people don't have a strategy that they believe in. They don't have a strategy that they truly believe in, and they haven't, tested it out and paper traded it. I tell guys, you want to do my SPX thing? Okay, paper trade it. Grab a pen and paper. Say, okay, man, if I were looking at SPX, I'd want to buy, 33.90 to, 3,300. You know what I'm saying? Do something like that, and like, okay, I would have risked so and so. Probability would have been 75%, and then just paper trade it. Get comfortable with it, and then put up some real money. But for most people, it's just they don't have a strategy. And if they do have a strategy, they don't believe in it. They haven't really tested it out. So now they're learning on the fly, and it becomes frustrating. They lose money, and then it's like, man, fuck this shit. This shit is a scam. Yeah, I know I'm jumping back and forth between credit and that. Oh, okay, Alan Franklin, members repairing their credit. Okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah, email me, Alan Franklin. Email me so I'll have your email address. The email on the site is support@discountcomputeroutlet.com. It goes straight to me, straight to my phone. What's up, Dave Thomas? Dave Thomas is another one who's killing it right now. I haven't been on IG in a while, but Dave, every time I see you on there, man, you're making some money. Yeah. For this discount computer outlet, I went and I got an office over at Regis, and I got the the hole in the wall office, the one they have for like $445 a month, it's basically a broom closet. Because with these, for these credit bureaus, they want you to have an actual commercial office. Actually, the only person that really wanted it was Experian. Experian is the only one that wanted me to have a commercial office. Equifax, they didn't even care. I think I gave them my house address. They didn't even care. They just, no inspection, nothing. I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay. They just wanted me to put up the money for the insurance, for the bond. And TransUnion, the same thing. I had to put up the money for the bond, and in your state, you may not have to put up a bond. I don't know what your state and all that, but here in North Carolina, I had to put one up. But I had to rent an office, $445 a month. And then Regis is a little sneaky ass little hoes. They want $445 deposit first month, and then the second month they ask for the second month a week later. They're like, yeah, it's a month up front. Well, I was like, well, I just paid a month up front to move in. Well, yeah, it's something where we kind of do, and I called her. I was like, is this some fake hoe? But that's some shit they do, where you got to pay that second month during the first month. I'm like, okay. So they got me for, a little bit, $1,300 or whatever. So I ain't tripping on it. But as soon as I can figure out a way to drop that shit, please believe I'm going to get rid of it. Kenny D, you said Alan Franklin is your cousin. Take good care. Oh man, yeah, of course, man. I'm not here to hustle anybody, man. I'm not here to hustle anybody. I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to make money. People bring me business. I give them money. Like I said, it's built into the program. Whatever you sell, you get a piece of that. I don't need to hold on to funds. It's not the case. Elma Suds is more for day trading, for the day trading thing. But it still applies, Opus Office is another one, but it's $99 flat rate. Opus Office, okay. The thing I liked about Regis is that it's no credit check. So Regis, you just fill it out, and right now I don't need nobody hitting my credit for nothing. I'm not trying to lose no points or nothing right now. I'm trying to get myself set up to buy a crib here. So I don't want nothing slapping on my credit report right now. So Regis, you just, if you come up with the money for Regis, you boom, that's it. They'll give you the key the same day. No questions asked. I barely gave them any paperwork for Regis. You can go to the office 24/7. Go to the office right now. Yeah, because you got to have something. Look, I made $1,800 in the market today, but you still need to have cash flow, right? You still need to have other avenues where you're making money, because you never know. This COVID thing really taught me a lesson. I used to have, blogs where I'd write articles about certain places, and people would click the links because it'll link to like Orbitz or Priceline, and I'd get checks out of nowhere for like $300, $400, $500, because people had clicked these links to these golf courses that I would write, little reviews about and stuff like that. And that's basically what I was doing. Was I'd write reviews and I'd steal people's pictures from Instagram. So I'd steal people's pictures or videos from Instagram, like hashtag Pebble Beach or hashtag, some corny country club. Take the picture, write a blog post on it, put links in it to these other affiliate programs, and, paid a little management fee for it to stay live, and money would just kind of come in. And after COVID hit, all of a sudden, man, them checks just stopped. Them checks, nobody was flying, nobody was clicking the links. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn, what was such a dependable stream of income, all of a sudden now, just dried up. Luckily, I knew how to trade, man, because if I didn't, I'd be holed out, dude. So I had to, depend on my trading account like nothing before. It's crazy times. I can't imagine being somebody who, was just dependent on one income, and let's say you just didn't have it anymore or it was just gone. Shit out of luck. Really. My option course is it should be nodirectiontrading.com. It should be nodirectiontrading.com, as in N-O. Nodirectiontrading.com. That should be the URL. Let me make sure. No direction. That should be the URL. Yes, that's right. Nodirectiontrading.com. How to make money in any direction of the market goes. Yeah, I've seen an improvement. I've seen an improvement in my affiliate links. Yeah, I've seen an improvement. Not where they used to be. Like I said, it was nothing to, sometimes just out of nowhere you have a $2,000 month or something like that, and it just went away, bro. But I've seen a big improvement in Black Box and a big improvement, across the board. Affiliate marketing is really came back up, especially these last 2-3 months. Last 2-3 months. But I know airline travel is still not where it needs to be. I've been watching a lot of the airlines. They're actually cutting back flights, cutting back pilots, laying off people. So affiliate marketing in the travel space, I think, will continue to stay depressed for a while. I've never been a big person affiliate for physical products because I don't like to have stuff on hand. But that's always a way to make money, because people are always going to need things. You can get things clearance, sell them on eBay or sell them on some other website. I got a homeboy across town. He buys furniture. He's really good with his hands. He buys old baby cribs and paints them and, changes things and makes them different colors and stuff like that. And he sells them here locally, makes good money out of it. Buys furniture from thrift stores, repaints it. Kid stuff. He does a lot of kids furniture and stuff like that, repaints it, makes them look nice and colorful. And, parents always trying to spruce up the kids' room. So he makes good money just flipping furniture. There's a lot of ways to make money out here, man. If you're just a little creative and a little creative, you can make some money out here. You'll be surprised with a little bit of ingenuity. You can replace your 9-to-5, unless you want some of these person who's got a specialized skill. You're an engineer, you're a network engineer or a doctor or someone like that. You're not going to be able to do that kind of, money. But if you're someone who's really you're making $15 an hour, you're on some bozo shit like that, bro, just get yourself a hustle, bro. Get yourself a hustle, find something that can do better than that. Because you can do it. And do it at the same time you have your 9-to-5. Do it at the same time you have your 9-to-5. After work, put some effort into the hustle. So at least now, all right, you don't want to quit your job, that's fine. But now you got to at least get some breathing room. Because you making that little money, at least an extra $2,000 a month, gives you at least a little bit of air, to be able to, okay, all right, yeah, I can take a vacation, or I can, upgrade my vehicle, or buy my woman something nice. Get yourself something on the side that can, give you some air. Yeah. He said they cutting back pilots so bad they throwing them off the plane. Hilarious. Yeah, because I mean, look, the most expensive part of any business is what? Employees. So, you're going into a situation where you got declining revenues, right? Even though you're experiencing bounce, you're still not where they need to be. You still have costs, legacy costs. You got pension people out there, who been on a pension for 35 years. You got people who've been on these pensions for so long and they will not die. That's why low key a lot of these companies are enjoying COVID right now, because they had people who have been on these pensions for so long and this flu is killing those people. Those exact people who have been on them pensions for 30, 35 years, collecting that dollar, putting stress on these companies. That's why low key a lot of them like what's going on. A lot of them actually like what's going on, particularly to some of these older folks who have been sitting at home collecting all this money. Read between the lines. They ain't trying to save everybody, man. They ain't trying to save everybody. They want some of these old people to die, man. Yeah. It's just shorter time frames in terms of the setup, JL. So, the longer term spreads, 45 days and all that. Obviously, you're gonna have to be looking at weekly charts, right? Now it's just a shorter time frame. So now we're looking at the 2 hour, right? Looking at the 2 hour, the 1 hour to really kind of get an idea of where are the support, and breakout levels, where could we see some resistance. And if you look at my Twitter for the account that I'm going to be posting those trades are Black Box Stocks 3, the number 3, you see that I picked, I believe it was 34.30, and today's range was 34.28. I was right on the dot. And that 34.30 goes back to, really the ninth, where I said, okay, there's probably going to be, some resistance up here. And boy, my heart was beating today. My heart was beating a little bit, it was beating a little bit because I was so confident, it being Fed Day and knowing what the Federal Reserve was going to say. I know they're going to say that they're not going to raise interest rates. I know they're going to say that the recovery is going to be slowed down, but how is the market going to react? I believed that the market was going to be mute or sell off on the news. So that's why on the trade, my 34.30 was the high, but if you notice, my low or the put side is 32 something. I don't have it in front of me, 32 something. So I gave myself a lot of room to the put side. Ended up being correct here. Net me that $1,800. Yeah. So even tomorrow's trade, again, I don't tomorrow's trade, which looks like we're down quite a bit, almost 0.5% in on the futures, right? I'm probably might push up the 34.30, might push it up just 10 points to 34.40 in case, right? But I'm still going to give myself leeway to the downside. Just because, like someone mentioned in the chat room, there's no stimulus plan. I don't believe the Democrats are going to give any stimulus into the election. So there's potential free fall that could happen here. And as you can see here, that let's look at the chart here. I'm not going to say 31.30 is in play, but we've been there, right? We've been there. So I want to be outside of these two areas. I know I don't want to be in here. right? No matter what I do, I know I don't want to be in here. So whatever the trade that I come up with, you can almost guarantee it's not going to be anywhere in the zone. All right? We want to make common sense trades. We want to make trades that are high probability. I don't care about making the most per trade. I want to be able to make consistent every Wednesday, every Friday, sometimes a Monday, rarely a Monday, but every Wednesday, I want to be coming out the market, with a combined, $2,500, $3,000 every week, And some weeks I'm not going to get that. Some weeks, I'm not too sure about the direction. Okay, I'll settle for $1,500. I'll settle for $750 a week. Okay. All right, because I'm not sure the direction. But you get opportunities like a couple days ago where you have an elevated VIX. All right, you got a 35, 40 VIX. Oh man, you got to slam those condors. Right? The market is tight. The market's playing, yeah, you got to slam those iron condors. It get very lucrative when you got that elevated VIX. All right. So yeah, take a look at that, man. And again, paper trade it. You don't have to believe me. Paper trade it. When you're playing close like that, when you're playing this close, it's here's the hourly chart, right? So this is the hourly chart, but also then again, it's just support, resistance, and just kind of knowing where your levels are at, right? We tried 35.30, we failed it, but now we know, all right, that's where all the money has to show up. So we know that, okay, that's where, if I'm a bull, that's where I know I'm going to buy, right? That's when I know that's where all the money's got to show up, right? So if I'm sitting outside the market and I'm a bull, I want to be long, all I've got to do is wait till we get to a point where we retest that. That could happen tomorrow, all right? Not saying it will, but if it happens tomorrow, so that means I know I can't place my call side right at 35.30 because that's where everybody's going to be, 34.30, because that's where everybody's going to be. So I got to be above that if it breaks out, that it may break out to a level and pull back. Because people sometimes just want to set the new high. All right, boom, we've broken out of a week's resistance or a week and a half's resistance. That doesn't mean we got to keep going straight up. It's just the fact that we've broken through that. All right, now we know that higher prices are inevitable, but my trade still wins because what if I'm at 34.60, 34.65, 34.70, right? Maybe I'm up here at 34.70. All right, sure, you got the new high, but you didn't keep going, right? You didn't keep going. I hope I'm not losing you guys. I really hope I'm not losing you guys. All right. I hope I'm not losing you guys, but because I'm trying to talk as plainly as possible. And again, that's why, when you're going this far out, you're not going to do 5 wide because SPX is 5 wide for the spread, right? It's $5 wide. So we may go $20 or even $30 wide so we can go further away from the price action. And that way we get 90% probability of profit, right? That means a 9 out of 10 chance for getting it right to make a certain return that we already know, right? Because we've already got it in our account. And yeah, when it doesn't work, does it hurt? Hell yeah, it hurts. But you're not going to win every single time, but you're going to win a lot. You're going to win a lot, but you're not going to win every single time. But you increase your odds by not taking dumb trades. Preferably not trading on a Monday. Not trading. Not buying Friday night for a Monday expiration. That's a disaster waiting to happen. That's a disaster. Doing a Friday into that's a disaster because you don't know what's going to happen in the weekend. You get some Monera news or something like that. Some phony vaccine trial news. Next thing you know, your condor is just being split open. Yeah. Someone said, how do I feel about XRP long? I hate cryptocurrency, man. I'm just not a fan of cryptocurrency, man. I just feel like, like I'm for the culture. So for me, it's just like, man, I need to make the kind of money that I can pay my taxes with. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for what you're telling me is going to happen 10 years. They're giving the money out now. They're giving the money out now. And I don't have 10 years for you to tell me, or 5 years, or, we up 1% next day and the next day we down. They giving out the money now. You know what I'm saying? They giving out the money now. So that's how I feel about it. I just, some people say a digital dollar could be next. That's fine. I fucks with a digital dollar as long as I can trade and make money that I can pay my taxes with. Then I'm cool. This cryptocurrency stuff, I don't even know how to pay, the taxes on the money. We don't even have a real clear idea of that. I'm a black man. I can't be risking my money and risking my freedom playing with something I don't know how to pay taxes on. I don't even know how to. I mean, you know how it is out here, bro. I'm not trying to put myself in a risk, something that could end up losing my freedom just because I'm trying to be smart. Yeah, can't even pay capital gains on and all of that shit. Yeah, the futures are selling hard, though. I'm watching the futures. We're at about 0.5% right now. It's all good. It's not like we haven't seen this before. Oh, no. Oh, shit. Okay, let me refresh. Oh, damn, shit. Okay. Okay, I said 0.5%. We had 0.2%. Dang. Okay. Shit. Let me refresh. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see the futures. Yeah, taking gold with it too. Gold and silver going with it. Okay. 1%. Okay. Ooh. Okay. All right. I'm not tripping on it though. Said go to countries that don't do extraditions. Hilarious. The countries that don't have extraditions are not the countries you want to live in. Maybe Cuba though. Cuba's all right. You made money on BFCH and cryptocurrency penny stock. Yeah. You can make. I fucks with cryptocurrency penny stock. You know what I mean? But I'm not putting my money in cryptocurrencies. Like going to these foreign brokers and giving them my social security number, a copy of my passport, and all. Man, I don't know these companies like that. I don't know who's behind these things, man. What do you think about going long X1? What is that? I don't know what X1 is. Say you can report capital gains on your taxes. Okay. Yeah, I got a good Jewish accountant, so I put all the trouble on him. Look, when you guys get to a point where you get that trader status from the IRS, that's when you legit. Don't take your taxes from throw it back taxes. Throw it back taxes don't know how to handle trader status. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the day, I used to go up to them, throw it back taxes type places. where they do all kind of funny business and all. I was like, man, you get to a certain level, you can't be messing around with that kind of stuff. Whatever they want me to pay, I'm gonna pay it, and I'm gonna add 500 to it just in case. You know, do not play around with these people, man. I'm telling y'all, when y'all start getting to a certain level, do not play around with it. When you start get that 6-figure, you know, do not play around with these people, man. It's not worth it. You know, because you see a lot of us, when we come into some money, what happens to a lot of celebrities? Tax problems. Because they giving it to the wrong people to handle it. Go to the right people who know what the hell these investments you're making are, the rules to pay them properly. Yes, it's a little bit extra, but just do it. It'll save you so much headache because all the liability is on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to put their little number in there and their reputation is on the line. You know. Do you know about conservation easement? Conservation easement. Why have I heard? I've heard of that. Conservation easement. What's that? Exploitation easements. Bringing limits uses of land to protect conservation. Okay. Is a power invested in a qualified private land conservation organization or government to constrain a specific land area. Oh, okay, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Yeah, I don't know nothing about that. Yeah, man. I'm black. You know what I mean? I can't be playing around like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't play around like that. You know? He said the IRS is just a damn collections company. Yeah, man. And they got to get paid, you know? Which is, I don't understand because, you know, what just happened with COVID, why we got to pay taxes when they printing up the money? You know, you see how quickly they were able to print it up. You know, it was able to print it up so quick. And turn around, and next year they're going to ask us to pay money on, some of y'all going to have to pay up money on some of this $300, $600, or whatever y'all got for unemployment. They're going to ask you to pay something on that. You know, for people who had student loans, they hadn't had to pay anything for a year. You know, when that comes back, you know, who knows what's going to have to be paid on that. Or if any credit is going to be given on that, on your payments. So, you know, and whatever they ask y'all, make sure y'all pay that back. Whatever it is, just pay it, man. You know, because right now they taking people's passports. They you know, because a lot of y'all doing this whole back to Africa thing. Now they trying to take people passports now. Look that up. They can take your passport if you're behind on your taxes. That's another way they're gonna try to keep motherfuckers here. You know, like, okay, oh, you, Mr. Johnson, you owe so and so amount of money. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to confiscate your passport, put you on a no-fly list. You know, be careful with that, man. Yeah, this market money. Yeah, Shice, this market money don't care about race. That's why I'm here. This stock market money don't care about race. That's why I'm here. You absolutely right. This stock market money don't care about race. That's exactly why I'm here. You could be an alien, one of them alien races from Star Wars. If you put a trade together and that thing hit, you getting paid. And can't nobody stop that money from coming to your account, man. That's why I'm here. You said don't ignore IRS letters. Yeah, that too. Don't ignore IRS letters. You know. And them people are really, you know, if you're afraid of them, you really don't have to be afraid of them because they really want to work with you. You know, if you owe them money or whatever, they really do want to work with you and get you on payment plans and all of that stuff. And, you know, they'll make adjustments. They'll give forgiveness and all that stuff like that. Just work with them, man. You know, they ain't really trying to mess your life up. They're really not. You know, they want to get done with you as much as you want to get done with them. You say you pay them $10 a month, hilarious. Yeah, but you can get on them payment plans, and you know they got companies out there that will help you and stuff. But personally, I think that, you know, they say that, I don't know. I've never worked through any kind of company or something. Like I said, I've never even put myself in those situations because like I said, I pay them extra. I pay them extra. They can't tell me nothing. I pay you more than what you asked for. And I don't go crazy with the extra. I just, you know, I sprinkle a little bit more on it. That's all. You know, it's like the people that sell cupcakes at the mall. I just put a little more sprinkles on it for you. All right, somebody put is that paychecks? Okay. Let's go to weekly. All right. Paychecks up 1% today. Yeah. Big increase in revenue for 2019. Well, I don't know what the 2020, have they not came out with earnings yet? Okay. I don't see where the earnings for, or maybe they haven't updated. Q1 is already out. Q1 should be already out. I don't know. TradingView hasn't updated it yet. I'm guessing they did pretty well because the stock's looking good. Oh, I still got the 40 over here. Like I said, I've been sipping on it. Still got these big ass retarded pieces of chicken. And I really only eat this shit for y'all, man. Like I've been doing my little 5-day fast. You know, I've been slimming down, bro. I'm down like 15 pounds because I do a 5-day water fast where I only drink water. I'm really a fruitarian for now, right? I don't really. This is the first time I've eaten any meat since the last live. I only literally eat meat on the live day. All right. After this, I'm not going to touch any red meat, any chicken, until next week. You know, because I've been trying to get, you know, my system cleaned out, man. I went and got that. I know there's a proper word for it, but I don't want to gross anybody up. But let's just say I got my colon washed out, and I feel great, man. I feel great. You know, I'm starting to see my jawline square up again, and you know, because when you get this lifestyle where you just sitting at a desk all day, man, the weight can come on. You know, you eating, and I just started reading stuff, man. I'm just like, man, I'm gonna kill myself doing this stuff. So I just stopped eating, and the first 3 days was hard, but then, you know, I just got good with it, man. Super steroids chicken, yeah, man. You know, I'm taking bites though. I mean, I'm trying to take bites, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Because where my head is at, man, I'm on the mango fruits and all that shit, man. Y'all think I'm playing? Hold on. Let me show you, man. Oh man, you see I got the strawberries on deck. You know what I'm saying? I got my oranges. You know what I mean? I cut up my own fruits. This is some pineapples. You know what I'm saying? I'm not playing with this fruitarian lifestyle. And you know, we're just we're just eating meats once weekly in a very controlled kind of way. Just because you need some meat protein. Your brain does need some meat protein. You don't want to just go too crazy on the fruit stuff, because I'm not trying to look like, brother look like he got AIDS or something like that. I'm not really trying to do that. No offense to anybody who got AIDS, but honeys ain't gonna mess with you if you look like you got AIDS. You know what I'm saying? You can't look like you got the monster and expect honeys to come through. So yeah, this is not gonna happen. And speaking of that too, man, it's time for me to get out the game, man. It's time for me to get out the game. Because it's starting to get to a point where it's just like, just pick one and get married and get it over with. It's just getting to that point. It's getting to that point, because I'm not trying to be the old head talking about this is my girlfriend. I'm not really trying to be that dude. I really don't want to be that dude. Because that's lame too. That's really lame. So I'm about to just pick one, because I got about like 3 or 4, because like most dudes, I got about 3, 4 honeys that could be like, I know would say yes. If I asked, I know they would say yes. Because, living with her mama or somebody, she need a place to live. She like me. I mean, she come through, she know I'm not going to ask her to do much. I'm not going to ask her to do nothing, really. Any woman that mess with me, you don't do nothing. Let's keep it on. Any woman that mess with me, you don't do nothing. I don't ask you for nothing. You come through, you don't do nothing. All you got to do is look cute. That's my only rule for any woman that mess with me. I just want you to look cute when we go out. That's it. I want to look like I got the baddest chick anywhere we go. That's it. That's all I ask. And treat me with respect, of course. Treat me with respect. Yeah. You said get 2 wives. Hilarious, man. But I could do the 2 wives thing. Look, I am African. I can't do the 2 wives thing. I'm a bit far removed, but I can do the 2 wives thing. For real, I really could if I really wanted to. I really could, but that's a lot, man. That's a lot to manage, But yeah, I really could, get the K1 paperwork started. Pick up something from South Africa or Tanzania or something like that. Somebody who's got a background in English. You said we need a baby cell to get rich on XRP. You love some XRP, man. He says Stephen D sounds like true love. Look, I'm over 30, bro. When you're over 30, I don't care what anybody says. It's not true love. It's an agreement. Okay? When you're over 30, it's an agreement. I'm a Taurus. It's an agreement. When you're between 18 and 27, that's true love. You getting married, that's, oh my God, baby, I love you. Oh, you're my everything. I'm just so enamored with you. That's true love. But when you're over 30, it's an agreement. Okay? Look, we both getting old. Okay? We need to do this right now. You got money. You comfortable. I got money. I'm comfortable. We're going to get married. We're going to take care of each other. And we're going to grow to old together. And one of us going to die. That's what it is when you're over 30. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me. Oh my God, we're just so in love with each other. No, y'all old. Y'all are old. Okay, y'all are old, and that's just what it is. You've seen everybody else getting married, and you don't want to be the old person at the club no more, or you don't want to be the old person at the club. You already kind of seeing yourself, playing yourself out, you know, looking a little bit, you know, out of the loop. You know, your gear is a little played out. You know what I'm saying? Your gear is played out. And yeah, you got to wife somebody up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is. Say marriage is a partnership, man. Yeah, I would say so. You know, I don't know how much of a partnership is it when, you know, the women expect 100% of the bills being paid by me. And I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand. You know, at first I didn't understand, but at this, I can't expect no woman to come through and pay no bills in my house or pay no bills when she's messing with me. I'm going online talking about money. Come on, man. I can't. I mean, you know, once in a while she might pay a little Mickey D's or something when we go to a drive-thru or something like that. But how ridiculous would that be? I'm asking her to pay the light bill. I'm asking her to pay the mortgage or something like that. That's ridiculous. You know, it wouldn't look right. I used to believe the opposite, but then, you know, my old man had to sit down with me, and he told me, just you going on the internet talking about money, and you talking about this girl need to be paying you 50-50 for the mortgage. Talking about you made money this day and you made money that day, and she coming home getting paid by the hour, and you want her to pay off something. Do you understand how stupid that looks? And he's right. That sounds just dumb. It sounds dumb. You know. Said prenup. You see, I ain't trying to sign no prenup because I ain't gonna let you divorce. I'll put you in a ditch before you get some check out of me. You know. Ain't no divorce, ain't gonna be no divorce. You know, because I'm not trying to start over. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't believe in divorce. I ain't gonna be no divorce. You say y'all split the bills down the middle? Nah, I don't mess with that, man. I don't mess with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a type of dude, man. I don't even really like my woman working just because, you know, a lot of women, they just feel like if they're not working, you know, like you have all the control, or they got to ask you for money. I'm like, damn, I'm your man. How you feeling a certain kind of way asking me for money, but I'm your man though, and I've never said no when you ask me for something. You know, I've never said no. You want to get your hair done? Go get it done. I want you to get it done. I want you to get the nails done all the time, feet done all the time. You know, I want you to look your best. You know what I'm saying? But they just got, you know, particularly if she comes from a home where mom controlled everything, she think male power is scary. You know, she think male power is scary. And a lot of times you can work women out of that just by getting them to a point where they just feeling more comfortable with you. You know, but me, I'm more or less like, okay, you want to make some money, go get a bullshit hourly job that just kind of keep you busy. But I still want you, you know, when I'm done with my thing, I want to come downstairs and you in the robe, fresh out the shower. That's how I like my ladies. You know, I don't need you coming home at 6:30, 7. You know, oh my God, it was a long day and you tired and nah, man. Like, You know, that's why with somebody like me and a woman who's like real educated and real like, I mean, sure, we can have great conversations. It may seem like it could click, but you all about your career. You about your career. I need somebody who's about the home. You know what I'm saying? I can't do a career. It's just, we're gonna have great conversations. I get them a lot, man. Woo, these women with masters. I have an MBA. These women with doctorates and lawyer. Oh, they love me. Oh, because we can talk about sustainable development. We can talk about we can talk politics. We can talk, and because all of them are what's the call when they get turned on by people who have really great conversations and love people who are smart, intelligent, and all that. They get all up and turned on. But you can't marry those people. They're a disaster. Those are the people that are the worst. When it comes to taking care of home, she don't want to wash no dishes. She don't want to, really be that kind of person for the house. And I mean, what we gonna eat? We can't be eating out box dinner. You know what I'm saying? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we eating DiGiorno pizza. You know what I'm saying? Baby, we can't do that. We can't do that, baby. I can't do it. You talking about you on a Zoom call for 2 hours, and I've been there, done that, man. I've been there, done that with those kind of very educated women. It's not gonna work. And then you getting mad at me because I don't make money like you make money. So you think I'm not working hard as you, or I work hard for my money. Oh, they love telling you that. A really educated woman, see, I don't just sit at the computer like you. I work hard for my money. Okay. Okay. All right, then. They love telling you that. He said, sounds like you love grits. You love grits, girls raised in the South. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I got a good girl right now from good little Geechee girl from South Carolina right now. She cooks breakfast, knows how to make some big old pancakes. Yeah, nice big bone too. Not big. She ain't a big woman, you know what I mean? She ain't, big. Just right. Just right. From the South, knows how to cook, clean. Yeah. Get you one of them nice little girls from a small town, just up here. She gonna take care of home. If you got your own spot, bro, you got your own home, you got a car for her, you keep the bills up, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Yeah, say you from Columbia, great women down here. Absolutely. Love them South Carolina Geechee women down here. She ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. Williams, she's young. I'm just gonna say that. she's young. Just know I could build something around her. How about that? I could build something around her. Because you got to get them early, man. Down here, you got to get them early. Or if you don't get them early, then you're gonna be dealing with another nigga for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get them early, man. I got this one early, so that's all I'm gonna say about that. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, if it's a good dude, ain't nothing wrong with it. But a lot of times it's really, you meet a girl and her baby daddy's like 10 years older. That's a big thing down here. You'll see like a woman who's like 24, 25, and she got a baby daddy in his early 40s. I'm like, nigga, what? How did y'all even meet? Like, what? How were you even in her social circle, dude? Oh, I can't deal with that. I can't have this dude pulling up in my house for the rest of my life, talking about he want to see his daughter for the weekend or whatever. You know, I can't deal with that, man. I can't deal with that. You know, now if it's one of those dudes who's just out of the, he's out of the picture, that could be a good thing. You know what I mean? But a lot of those times, them dudes kind of grow into their feelings and want to come back out of nowhere, and they want their kid and they want the baby mama. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want to deal with that, man. I just don't want to deal with none of that, man. Just get you a shorty. You know, you got them, get them early. You know, let them, kind of see here's what I can offer you. All I ask is for some of your loyalty. You know, and then hope to God that she stays on the bright and narrow path. You know, that's what you hope. Yeah, he be older than both. He older than both of us. He older than me. You know, damn near 10 years older than me or older than her. I'm like, dude, what? You know, but them dudes down south, bro, Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina, dude, them dudes be 40 years old smashing like 17-year-olds, bro, 17, 18-year-olds, running through them. You got kissing cousins, bro. I've met people who were like, well, that's really my cousin. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, you get down over there to some of these little, the Myrtle Beach area. Not Myrtle Beach, but just kind of around there. And you get online and you start talking to people. There's some disturbing situations, man. He said, Money Green said, when you're 40, you're going to be doing the same. Hell no. I'm going to be, it's a wrap by the time I will consider it a failure for me personally if I'm 40 years old and I'm still out here talking about my girlfriend, my boo and all that crap. I will consider it a personal failure. Just like I said, I told myself, and I said it on the show, when I get to the point where I'm 35 and I'm still talking about penny stocks, I'll consider it a failure. By the time I was 32, 33 now, by the time I was 30, by the time I was 20, when would we really stop doing it? I was 20, 30, I was done with penny stocks. I will consider it a personal failure if I am not happily married. No, I wouldn't say if anything could happen. If I'm not married by 35, I will consider a personal failure. Because in the United States of America, when you have millions, literally 11 to 15 million black women going to sleep by themselves, there is absolutely no excuse for me to be single, to not be married, to not be a married man. You got your own place, you got a car, you got a something bringing you money. You need to have a woman, bro. There's no excuse for it. There's no excuse. I'm meeting brothers 45, 50 years old, no woman, bro. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. You in the United States of America? Come on, man. Come on. There's no excuse for that. Out here you can throw a rock and meet a single woman. She may be in a situation with a dude who's not even loyal to her. You show up and like, look, boo, this is what I got to offer. She gonna drop him with a heartbeat. You know what I mean? There's no reason. It's no. So I meet guys out here, man. It's so hard to find a woman. No, it's not. You just scared to talk. Just go up to a woman and spit, man. That's most of these women out here who say they're with somebody, they're really single. They're really in a situation where they're not committed, unless she got a ring on. I mean, she got a ring on, she's taken. You know. But she's one of these kind of uncommitted kind of situations where it's a situationship where they're just kind of together. Nobody's really committed anything to anybody. You step up to that chick. You like the way she look. You like the way she's put together. And like, look, hey, hey, boo, my name is so and so. Look, this is what I want to do with you. This is my plan for you. And I'm telling you right now, I'm thinking, hey, look, in 6 months we could be married. I'm serious about that. She gonna drop him, dude. She gonna drop him. Because a lot of you guys just don't have no plans for these women. I step up to women. I step up to women with a plan. Like, yo, this is what I'm gonna do. And we're gonna take it from here. That's how I told this woman. I told this young girl, look, I got a plan for you. There are a lot of dudes hitting you up. But look, I got a plan for you. You know what I mean? You can. I'm giving you the opportunity to break generational curses. You say you a church girl, right? You say you want to be, a leader of your community, right? You want to be a leader in your family, right? Okay, so, what it do? You said she was 17, hilarious. No, she ain't no 17-year-old girl. Yeah, you got to have plans for these women, man. Just like, what they say now, you walk onto a job, you got to have a 30, 60, 90-day plan for the job. Some people, I don't know if that's still a big thing. That's something I used to do. I mean, I walk into the job interview. I got a 30 or 60-day plan for what, I want to do on job in terms of learning and getting to know people and, show them what your objective is to do when you want to come up in there. That used to always get me the job, showing people what my plans were. So nobody's like, okay, what is this guy going to do? What can he deliver? No, I'm telling you what I'm going to do. And women like that. They like a guy who's going to be like, hey, this is what I want to do with you. Seriously, try it. Try telling a woman that you and again, you don't know her, right? It only really takes 6 months to get to know somebody. It only really takes 6 months to really get to know somebody. You can marry a woman in 6 months. You really can. This whole idea, like dating for 10 years and all of that stuff, all that, that's ridiculous. Money Green says that why I never keep a job. No, I gave up on jobs, bro. I gave up on jobs because, they weren't trying to pay me no real money. They weren't trying to make no meal, because I'm at the point where I get obsessed. I get obsessed with my work. So I appreciate you, Jordan. Appreciate that very much. I hope it comes back to you 1,000 times. I need to be made a manager or something like that. You know what I mean? After a while. And if you're not really trying to give me no real responsibilities, if you're not really trying to make me no real money, then I got to keep it moving, man. I'm not like these people going to be at the same position for 5 years, man. I ain't got time for that, man. These white boys getting, they come on the job 5 years later, they the manager. They get a CFO position. You know what I'm saying? But they want us to kind of sit at the same. Nah, man. I want to get money like Brad get money. My resume, his resume looks the same. I need to get me making the same money he making. They be coming on the job. I look at LinkedIn. I be pulling up people LinkedIn. I haven't updated mine in years. It still got my finance job up there. But I'm just seeing people walking into positions with no background in the field. You know what I'm saying? No background in the field whatsoever. I'm like, okay, well, damn. How he able to get this job, 75, 80 plus, no history in the field, and you telling me I need 5 years experience and I need this cert and that cert and this cert, and you teaching him on the job, you know? I remember I would have these jobs where, you know, they would hire somebody on the job. That person had no experience, or that person didn't even have a degree or nothing like that. I'm like, damn, you could have moved me into that role, you know? And that only has to happen a couple times. Union Baptist, I really don't see you, Jazz. I really don't see you commenting. I don't know what your thing now is, because I know you be changing your thing. I don't know who you are on here. She technically, see this is one of this, you know, one of my friends over here texting me. She says, I know you see me commenting on your live. Is that you, Wildflower? I'm thinking it's Wildflower now. Yeah, I knew it was you, Jazz. I knew it was you. Yeah, me and Jazz used to kick it back in the day too. I'm not gonna get into me and her though. That's a different kind of business. That's, you see, she's another one that kind of walked out on me when I had a plan for her. You know what I'm saying? I had a plan for her and she walked out of my life. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because she had some things going on at the same time. You know. But we can remain friends. We can remain friends. I don't have no hard feelings, and you know I don't have no hard feelings. You know, but again, I had my own spot of living at Durham, doing my trading thing and doing my other thing at the house. Came to her with like, look, yo, you know, we could be together and woo. Then she was like, oh well, I got this. I'm in a situation where you know, she was in a situation where she was living with this guy and they were together, not together, and I'm like, okay, like, yo, let's do this. We can do it. You know what I mean? Started kicking it, and then she just disappeared. I was like, okay. I mean, I didn't know what to do. Just straight up disappeared. So, yeah, I was staying in Durham at the time. And then you just up and disappeared, man. You know, I know you don't like it probably described like that, but that was what it was. I mean, that's what it was. You know. We did. I don't have a problem, Jazz. I don't have a problem. I do not have a problem with you. I'm just telling people what the story was. We did talk through this. I do not have a problem with you at all. And fellas, she thick as hell too. She is thick as hell. You know. I'm talking wham, bam. I mean, she, you know. Baby girl is stacked, man. You know, overflowing. You know. But it was a situation where Durham is a wild city, man. Durham is like, you get shootings all the time and stuff like that. You know, and Charlotte became way more interesting to me. Charlotte became way more interesting to me, and I started getting way more serious with my trading and stuff like that. So, but I'm looking for what my next step is. COVID has really kind of brought it to my attention that now, maybe another location is in the move. I've been looking at like the VA, or I don't like Florida because Florida just seems crazy, but that's a whole different topic. I'll pray on it. But like I said, I like my little small towns now. So, yeah. But it's true. It's true, Jazz. I mean, everything I said was true. I didn't lie about anything. I didn't fabricate anything about us. There's nothing about us that was that I said that was fabricated. You know? Yeah. Oh yeah, she's heavy chested. Yeah, yeah. She stick with it, man. Yeah, she stick with it, bro. Look, I know what you guys in here like, man. That's why a lot of you guys like me, cause I don't mess with no twigs, man. I don't mess with no twigs, man. I like my women healthy, bro. You said she's popping out like the Pillsbury dog. Yeah, hilarious. Said need to buy land somewhere, acres for a future farm. I don't know about no farm, but you don't need to even own a farm, bro. Just own, at this point, you just want to be somebody who can own a place to live, at this point, because, if you understand what's going on with rents, thanks to COVID, I mean, obviously COVID has put a huge, huge damper in what was going to be a crazy 2021, man. I mean, these folks, these landlords were ready. They were ready to just really send rents to whole nother levels going into next year. So this has been a godsend for a lot of people who, were already being harshly affected by high rents. Now, there's no way they can do it. There's no way they can do it. God damn, why does this phone keep falling off the lamb ledge? Yeah. Say you can tell by her profile picture. Yeah, she's fine, man. I'm not going to put her picture up there, man. I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, you just want to have a place to live, man, because, like I said, we've been, thankfully, thanks to COVID, saying it in a weird way, you're not going to see the $2,100 rents that, believe it or not, that was projected for a lot of places in the South. Can you believe that or not? You were going to see $2,000, $1,500, $1,700 one-bedroom rents in the South. That's insane. But now you're probably not going to see that. You're probably not going to see that, at least for the next 3 to 5 years. So your parents kept rents low. It's not the landlords, it's the taxes. Oh, okay. I know that's certain jurisdictions, though. I know that's certain jurisdictions. And absolutely, these cities trying to do too much. These cities trying to do too much. Wild Jazz, are you upset about what I said? I hope you're not upset. I really, I love you. I don't say that in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? I got love for you. You know that. Yeah. Yeah, they try to do too much. For example, look at the Los Angeles Police Department. Their budget is $1.63 billion a year. That's insane, bro. The Los Angeles Police Department is $1.63 billion a year. So yeah, when you look at the Los Angeles rents, look at the stuff they're trying to do. It's ridiculous. What kind of police department needs a $1 billion budget? That's ridiculous, man. Same thing for the New York Police Department. Crime way down. They just be paying people just to pay people, dude. A lot of these police departments, they just be paying people just to have people on staff. And again, it's a whole different kind. I don't want to get it because people get all emotional about it. But man, yeah, that's what for me. When we talk defund police, it's not even about like what I think about the crime and all. It's just these budgets, these city budgets are just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, man. I don't need to be paying that much money for these people, man. You know, a lot of these cops ain't really doing nothing. A lot of these people just sitting in the office. A lot of these people just, they get new cars like crazy. It's ridiculous. Bro, you go to some of these small towns and they got 50, 60 officers. They don't even need that. They haven't had a murder in years. And all they do is just really make money off tickets. They just make money off tickets and go up to a place like Greensboro, North Carolina, or some of the places out suburbs Chicago, suburbs Michigan, Cuyahoga in Ohio. Some of those police departments out there, y'all don't even need these many people out here. Yeah, setting up speed traps and, just giving motherfuckers jobs. That's all they want to do, just give motherfuckers jobs. And everybody else got to pay for it. He said cops make over 100K. Yeah, some of these guys that have been on the force 10 plus years, just sitting there collecting checks. Yeah, Geraldo, I'm fasting. I just got done with a 5-day fast, and now I'm doing a fruitopian diet. I think you missed it when I showed all my fruit, but yeah, I'm an all fruit diet now, man. I'm just doing fruits and stuff like that now. Because I saw the red meat was just jacking me up, man. It was, I noticed TMI wasn't getting as hard as I usually get and stuff like that. But now I started eating a fruit diet, started going on walks. I went on Craigslist. I bought a little old bike, so now I do my little bike, up and down my street and stuff like that. And the blood flow is back now, And like I was telling you on my last thing, I get my, I get the real hard-ons now, like in 8th grade, when you sitting in the classroom and just super brick, That's how I feel now. And that's thanks to the fact that I stopped eating a lot of red meat. Yeah, man. Same political parties. Man, it's both parties, because both parties be managing these big old police departments, man. Look at Chicago. That's a Democratic, run city. Look at that damn police department in Chicago, man. It's ridiculous. You got a cop on every damn street in Chicago. It's unnecessary. He said towns choose to spend their budget on police, and they don't need to. That's the thing. These folks be having a big old police department for a small ass town, and then have an old ass looking library. You know what I'm saying? Library looking dusty as hell. How long have I been on it? I've only been on it for 3 weeks, but it's been an incredible feeling, man. It was really hard. The first 3 days were really hard, but now I feel really good, man. I feel really good. I've never been able to go, 7, 8, 9 days with no food, but now I can do it. I know I can do it with no food, just fruits. No meat, no nothing. Just my fruit, my water. I get my walks in. TMI, but I'm blowing huge loads again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never used to, I never say never, because back in the day, man, I could blow huge loads, but now, for the last like 3-4 years, I had noticed a real drop in my volume. But ever since I just cut off meat, I've noticed now, my volume is back. My volume is back, bro. You know? Say pause. No, I mean, I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, man. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, man. Man. I'm being honest with you. I appreciate you, Jazz. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Even though you text me saying we gonna box. Yeah, she want to beat me up. Say, you're 50 and you have a 3-year-old? That's what's up, man. Shout out to you. 50 years old with a 3-year-old. That's what's up, man. Yeah, see, you know, I want to be, I don't know if I want to be in that situation, but I want to, you know, I want to still be able to be, you know, what's the word for it? I know there's a word for it, but I still want to be able to have semen when I'm 47 that can impregnate a woman. You know, you'd be surprised dudes in the 30s can't get it up. You know, can't get hard, man. These women in here will tell you that women, you know, guys, early 30s can't get hard. Can't maintain an erection. You know, that has a lot to do with our diets, the GMO, and I had to learn and study that, man. And now that I know it, right now that I have the information, I'm the type of person, once I have the information, I can't ever pretend like I don't know, you know, that it's not good for me. I'm not going to eat it anymore. Now that I have the information, you know, I can drive past a Wendy's, drive past the McDonald's, you know. He said, I thought he was going to head out, not talking about my big loads. No, give me a stock. Look, we've been talking about stocks for 2 hours. We've been talking about stocks for 2 hours, man. Give me a stock. I'll talk about a stock. You know, that's why this channel is here for. But yeah, man, I bought this bucket of chicken for this show, you know, because that's the only reason I'm going to end up changing this to like salad and beer or something like that. Because I'm really going to cut this chicken out of my life to begin with. But I need to find out a way how I'm going to get some protein, because I'm not trying to have, you know, because I know your brain does need meat protein. I just have to figure out how I can do it without actually eating this stuff. So you talk Forex. I hate Forex, man. You know, Forex has just screwed so many people because you can't bet on both sides of the trade. You know, Forex, you can only go one way. That's what makes Forex such a losing game. You cannot bet on both. You know, what's great about the equities market is you can bet on both sides of the market. You know, Forex, the only way to win and the highest probability trades on the exotics. And they cost the most. But your winning percentage on the exotics, where you have a base currency that's US dollar or Great Britain or some other major currency, you know, as long as you stick with that, you're going to do a lot better than, you know, Euro USD, or when you have two base currencies going back and forth to each other. So, you know, Forex is a losing game for, you know, way too many people who try to trade two base currencies against each other. It's a losing game. You said that beer will kill you too. Yeah, I mean, look, I only drink this once a week. This is the only time I drink beer. I have no addiction to beer. I have no, you know, I drink socially, you know, but for the most part, it's just water and fruit, you know. So plants have base proteins. Plant-based proteins have soy. Yeah, but it's not as much soy as you'd get in, let's say, some of these manufactured protein shakes or something like that. You know, I don't know if you were saying it in a bad way, because I know soy can generate, estrogen, right? It can turn into estrogen and give a man breasts. Yeah, yeah, I know about Dr. Sebi. I know about Dr. Sebi. So your nerves are too bad for forex. Yeah, man, it's just it's it's a losing game, man. Too many people lose money. I've been seeing some of these forex, people coming into the culture, and they've been trying to get a lot of people into the scam where it's like a multi-level marketing scheme. And any look, man, every person that I know who's been in forex, particularly one of us has always ended up not being legitimate, man. The only guy that I can say who's legit, I forgot his name, but he used to rock with another white dude on YouTube. It's a brother who wears glasses, really nerdy looking dude. And he's been trading way before this trade house MLM scam started. And he used to rock with another white dude, but this dude went off the Trump train and he just went full. I already knew he was low key coded because I could read his energy, but he just went off the chain with it. And they ended up splitting up. Yeah, Akil Stokes. There we go. Thank you, Crypto Gambles. Akil Stokes. Akil Stokes. Swag Academy he's a fraud, man. Swag Academy is a fraud. He's already been exposed on I think it was Coffeezilla. Swag Academy he's really good with his editing, but you can tell he's still learning how to trade. I don't he's a fraud, man. How would I propose breaking into trading? By just start trading. I preferably would like it if you take some time to study, whether it be I don't want to brag and say buy my course, but to study it and really learn it, but eventually just buy a stock. Sign up to your what's the little free trading thing again? What's the free trading thing? Free trading. It's Robinhood. Yes, go get some Robinhood. Get Robinhood. Pick a stock. Put some money on the line, and just kind of get to know how the market works. Watch the up and down. How you emotionally react to the stock going up and down. Get to learn about what you're kind of seeing on the screen. You got to learn by doing. You can study too, but sometimes you just got to learn by doing. Yeah, I don't want to get next to soy too much. I've been really learning a lot, man, these last couple weeks. For example, one thing about some of this food that we've been eating, they're only, for a woman especially, there are only 2 times in a woman's life that she's producing massive amounts of estrogen, right? Well, it depends on a certain other factor too. Pregnancy, it depends on, of course, how many times she gets pregnant in her lifetime, and puberty. Where we've gone wrong these last 20, 25, 30 years is that now, because of the kind of foods and chemicals that are put in the food, women are now producing levels of estrogen in their body from, by this food that's creating these things, where they're on permanent estrogen highs. Permanent estrogen highs. So that's why you're seeing women now are bigger than they've ever been before. Breasts are just huge, at very young ages than before. Hips crazy, just levels of just insane estrogen levels that are going on in women's bodies right now. Particularly if you're lucky enough to have any black friends, and you look through some of these black family photo albums, those young women in the 70s, early 80s, 70s, early 80s, 60s, they're nowhere near as curvy, nowhere near as shapely or as big as women today. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. You would be hard pressed to find a shapely woman in some of them family albums from the 60s and 70s. Very hard to find. Most of them are very thin. Most of the women there are very thin. It was rare to see a real thick girl back then. I don't even know if the word even existed back then. But I digress. That's why now people have the knowledge. They can get off them estrogen binges that are, making men have breasts and women to develop, like someone that's mentioned in the chat, cyst and all of that stuff. No, I saw you bring up Tesla though. And as I mentioned in my podcast, I really, really like Tesla, man. I really, really like Tesla because it's got it doesn't shake you out as much as many other stocks. That when Tesla really has a trend, it really does stick to the trend. It really does, especially intraday. Especially intraday. It doesn't really shake you out on direction. The 15th was incredible. That was an incredible move on the 15th. 16th and 17th, not so much, but but again, I'm really looking forward to Battery Day. I'm really going to be surprised. I'm going to really interested to see how it reacts tomorrow. Now that we seeing the market sell off here, and we've kind of bounced off the lows a little bit too. So you'll see how maybe 1.2, 1.3 is the low. But it'd be interesting to see how Tesla reacts tomorrow on the news. We are a bit of a premium here, but again, with Battery Day coming, I did see somebody mention that they believe it's all priced in. Is the hype for Battery Day priced in? I don't know. Again, I'm not Miss Cleo. But let's see where they open up at and how traders react to it. Yeah, Geraldo, I've been posting every day. I've been posting every single day. My little 10-minute, thing. I've got to move it over to Anchor, and I guess Anchor is gonna just plot it all out there. But yeah, it's my little 10-minute thing. I just wanted to have some content where I just kind of put my ideas out every day, and it's also replicates as kind of like a history thing where people will be able to come back and say, well, how was the market react on so and so day? What did somebody think about it? And boom, there's my podcast. Right now on the screen, I'm using 10 and 25. I'm using 10 and 25. SC Trucker, you said you grew up in the 70s and there were very few heavy people. Yeah, very few heavy people, man. For example, if you look at the Pam Grier, if you look at those 70s movies and people are like, oh my gosh, she's so thick, she's so curvy, she's small now. You look at Pam Grier now, Pam Grier on she'd be an average chick now. She'd be an average in terms of just like her bust and the hips. She'd be an average type chick now. You pull out Instagram and she's small compared to some of them women. You said she's still beautiful. Oh yeah, yeah. I saw a recent picture of her. She's still a very beautiful woman. Yeah, God has definitely blessed her. God has definitely blessed her. There's talk about a global reset. What effect would that have? What do you mean by global reset, Lennox? Because I don't believe the idea that, like, all stocks will just go to zero or something like that. We've got these technology companies at all-time highs because they are the future of work. They are facilitating what work we have now, right? That's why we have companies like Google at the prices they're trading right now, right? Where's CRM? Salesforce, are they still? Yeah, CRM. I mean, they're trading at these levels because these are stocks that are facilitating the work of now. All right. So when you say global reset, it's taking place right now. It's taking place right now. The global reset is the end of small mom and pop retail and the beginning of mass market, business taking over and just being what the future is. The end of that whole, like, family on the corner, family owned since 1940, blah blah blah. That's gone, man. I'm sure they still got a few out there, but you getting rid of that. Corny old man on the commercials, on a local news channel, trying to sell you his furniture or sell you his. We got Wayfair for that now. You out of business. Pam Greer's a legend. What's up, Three Hooks? Yeah, Pam Greer will always be a legend, man. You said, but Sal, the chicks these days are surgically enhanced. That's true, but you got some natural ones out here too. You got some GMO fried chicken ones out here too. You got some GMO fried chicken ones out here too. Yeah, you got the surgery enhanced. They're out there too. I mean, yeah. But you got some GMO fried chicken, Twinkies, Dunkin' Donuts, all of them, and they just had the genetics where it went to the right place. You got some of them out here too. What about China Doll on the Mac? Is she a regular? Who? What about China Doll on the Mac? I'm not sure who you're talking about. You say MU. I haven't looked at that chart in a long time on MU. Micron has just been, man, I don't know. Micron has just been kind of one of those things. Nvidia is another nice one too. Where, this hasn't been a pleasant week for it, but Nvidia has been a stock that these last couple of weeks been very, very, very good. Looks like we're headed into some trouble here. I mean, just kind of looking at the, but we know why. We know why. The stimulus, inability for that to get done. We are at some levels that some people may say that are pricey, considering what's going on out here. We had the Federal Reserve come out and tell us that, right, that continuation of the recovery is going to be, quote, muted. They even mentioned how they expect unemployment to only be lowered by 2% for 2021. By 2%. They have unemployment right now at 8 point something percent. That's what they're projecting. And they project 5% in 2022. So that's quite slow. That's quite a slow recovery. Go get some Thunderstrike tonic. Hilarious. Oh, it's a movie. Okay. Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, y'all went a little ahead of my time. Yeah. I mean, I'm always like Pam Grier, but I ain't crazy about her movies like that. Now I'm talking tickers, man. I wasn't talking about loads. People trying to hit me up talking about loads. I wasn't talking about. I'm just talking about my experience. People who lied on unemployment and PPE are getting a rude awakening. Yeah, I mean, what else could you do though? I mean, these people had to pay their bills. They had to pay food. A lot of the people who were getting unemployment, they weren't on food stamps. Most of the people who qualified for unemployment, they weren't people who were getting food stamps. Not a lot. Well, a lot of them were, but not all of them. Not a lot of them. You know, so they had to get something. They had to get something, and for a lot of people, that $600 changed. I mean, it changed. It made a big difference for a long time. It made a big difference for a long time, but it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And as I've talked about here on the show, as you can see, the people who got the most were the people who were, had access to the stock market. Their wealth quadrupled in certain cases, depending on what kind of stocks you were holding. You were in Amazon or Tesla or some of these other companies, you got more rich after the pandemic than before. Look at Amazon, right? They better get a business for real. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, to have a business, you got to have customers with money, you know. And America depends on people buying and selling every single day. As I mentioned, America does not work if you don't have commerce. It literally does not work. It does not work if you don't have the facilitation of buying and selling, of credit, of borrowing, and people paying back, and it just it doesn't work. It all falls apart. Have a good night, Miss Tama. I appreciate you, William Williams. Yes, indeed, man. I appreciate y'all, brother. Appreciate you. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I don't know if you're making fun of my hair right now with the piece and hair grease, but I know I didn't grease this thing. I just came right out the shower, came to join y'all, man. I can't believe I just went 3 hours. Good Lord. They said we'll be all right till 2023, in my opinion. Okay. YouTube Global Reset. When you get a chance to see what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. YouTube Global Reset. Okay, yeah, I'll look into it, Lennox John. I'll look into it. Yeah, this past week, I got lost in some of those 9/11 videos, man. You know when you get into YouTube 9/11 territory, you just kind of lost in the sauce. But them YouTube 9/11 videos be having you thinking, man. LCA, what is this? Finance? Okay, it's a finance company. Yeah, I don't know anything about the business. Decent volume though. I don't know what I'm gonna have to read up on what sent this higher. Space RXT. Looks like a pump and dump. I know it's not a pump and dump though. I don't know what's going on with Rocket Mortgage, man. I don't know what the market is giving them a hard time. And tomorrow, with the way the market is looking, I think this might even open up below 20. I don't know what's going on there. Check out New Life Natural Products. Sell food out of the Bahamas. Okay. I'll check them out. Travi, what's going on, man? I haven't seen your face in a minute. I didn't even know you were still trading, bro. Caesars Entertainment. I want to see Caesars do something with some sports gambling, man. You need to get themselves locked up with somebody. You know, are they locked up with anybody? You know, I've been seeing lately some of these gambling companies locking up with some of these sports companies. You know, as we saw DraftKings get locked up with ESPN, and we saw Penn National Gaming get locked up with the Barstool crowd. You know, and I need to take down that Barstool video. I used to think Barstool was pretty cool, but somebody has sent me an email later was showing this dude was, you know, he's got a whole like video where he's just saying the N-word over. It's a little compilation of clips where he's just saying the N-word over and over and over again. I didn't even know he was like that. But yeah, look it up. Dave Portnoy saying the N-word or something like that on YouTube. You know, it's a big old compilation. I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, that's you then? Okay. Oh, Trav, you said they are with ESPN? Okay. Sports gambling is LCA? Okay. Yeah, I spoke on sports gambling earlier. It's a big deal. Big deal. Golden Nugget merger? Okay. So Golden Nugget is LCA now? All right, that's a big deal. Yeah, I'm a big fan of sports gambling, like I said, because it's not just sports. You can gamble on anything, and now you've got a venue that's legal that you can make bets on. You can make bets on the election. You can make bets on, environmental effects, hurricanes. You can make bet. I mean, you can make a bet on anything. You know, people think it's just sports gambling. It's going to be so much bigger than that. You know. So that's why I'm really excited about that field. Diamond Peak Holdings. Okay. Woo. Wow. Yeah, this is taking off too. Kind of reminds me of the same kind of experience we got out of the marijuana situation, right? Where you just had an explosion. But the only difference here is that unlike marijuana stocks, in the sports betting stocks, you're going to get winners out of this. You know, marijuana is different where you're not able, it's too much of a low margin business where you can't really get the returns that you want to see. Whereas sports gambling, because you can create software that makes it affordable, that makes it cheap, and you're not depending on earth, you're not depending on, energy, in terms of like, okay, I've got to power this AC system on for, you know what I'm saying? It's just, the margins are so much wider, larger, right? You can really generate a return where it makes sense, and it's going to pay off much, much better than the marijuana craze. Much, much better than the marijuana craze. You're going to have your favorites. You're going to have some of those lines of businesses that do better than others, of course, but you're going to be able to have your third party, your second tier, third tier providers, and there's going to be space for them. I appreciate you, Mo Your Sauce. JD was what was JD? Is it JD.com? But what is it? What was that? It's like the chain. It's like another Alibaba or something like that. Okay, yeah, yeah. Go. All right, China's online retail. Okay, yeah. Like I told you guys, I don't fuck with Chinese stocks. I told you, you know, after Luckin Coffee, after Luckin Coffee, I told you guys it was, you know, I didn't get burned in Luckin Coffee or anything, but I'm really sketchy on it now. Yeah, Chinese Amazon. Okay. Yeah, just buy Amazon, man. Just buy Amazon. Just buy Amazon. How long is your course? I can learn 3 days. Yeah, yeah. It can be kind of long. I think yeah, about 3 days is more than enough time. Yeah, about 3 days. It is kind of long. You know, it's not ridiculously long, but it is kind of long. I ain't gonna lie on that. And again, you can check out nodirectiontrading.com and go see some of the sample videos I make available. You know, you go on there and check it out. You say you think Buffett is in there? Oh no, man, come on, man. Buffett ain't no Chinese stocks, man. Warren Buffett is not in any Chinese stocks. That would be national news if he was in a Chinese stock. Warren Buffett is not in China. The closest thing he's in China is Apple, just because they've got factories in China. So your brokerage allows free buy and sell stocks in your RA. Okay. Yeah, but I'm gonna let y'all go in a bit, man, because I know it's getting late. It's past midnight. I'm gonna get my beauty sleep as well. But man, I think we had a good opportunity to catch up, talk about some tickers, see what you guys are talking about, man. You know, obviously we're looking at a red day tomorrow. I really want you guys to focus on where the support levels are for your particular plays. You know, let me see. Let's say like an Apple. You know, you can go back and depending on the time frame, let's say a good solid one's like an hourly, and you want to see what are they really looking at in terms of some support levels here. You know, does 110 get broken tomorrow in Apple? If 110 gets broken, where is another possible support that you might want to think that buyers would come in here at? You know, you're going to want to see where that's at. We're already quite a bit of distance from the 20 moving average. If we open gap down, I'm thinking, you know, personally, that might be a great opportunity not to buy, because again, we talked about the macro environment is very bearish. So if you're a scalper or something like that, this might be an opportunity for you to position yourself for a put if you get a bounce on a gap down and we start to go up. Then you might want to say, okay, let me see if I can get a high probability put here. But again, you're gonna have to get on those smaller time frames. Seeing how the market really trades out. For example, as you can see here, we got really bearish today in Apple. After 245, right? So this is the 2-minute chart, and the 2-minute chart. I'm not a big fan of 1 minute. Sometimes just 2 minute can get you into kind of seeing clearly where the trends are. And again, I like to use the 10 and 25 moving average as my guide, so I'm able to take trades that Yes, you can get faked out, right? You can get faked out, but can at least kind of give you a guide on where the market is going to. Here's a good opportunity. Here's a gap and go where it gaps up higher, and there are no buyers at these higher prices. And sure enough, it crosses below the 25 moving average, loses it, comes back, but it loses it for a period of time. I mean, you actually go from 118 to 116. That's a $2 move. But again, this is not stuff a beginner would involve themselves in, right? I mean, if you're a beginner, you don't need to be looking anywhere near the